I found it, but I had to go onto the Simplay page. So maybe I'm in the wrong place. I'm just refreshing my memory of the corners. Did you upset him earlier?
No.
You did, yeah. Because you seem to be upsetting him on a regular basis.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. But, oh my god, my throat!
Have you tested negative yet?
Nope.
What
Still
the fuck?
fucking
How are you
positive.
feeling?
I got like a cough still, but
Yeah.
that's really it, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah, that's really it, to be honest. Nothing else, really. It's just fucking irritating because, like, I've read the rules now and I've spoken to my boss. He rung me twice over the last couple of days, and yeah, he was like, "What are we gonna do?" I was like, "Well, I've read the rules and it says that I'm not allowed to come to work unless it's negative and within 5 days. If I don't test negative, if I keep testing positive, then I got to self-isolate for 10 days, and when it comes to the 10th day and I'm still coming up saying positive, then I have to go to work anyway. So,
right.
But it'd be under kind of restricted ways as such, so I'll be like separated from everybody else and stuff like that. So
how long you've been off for now? How many days?
This is day 7. This is day 7.
Fucking really? Wow.
Yeah. So luckily I had earned 2 days holiday due to obviously just working there.
Yeah. So you've taken that, have you, as part of it?
Yeah, for Thursday and Friday, but obviously this week I'm gonna have 5 days without pay, well, sick pay as such. So
yeah,
not great. Right, where's my spa page? There it is. Alexa, main light on.
Main light isn't responding.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Network connection and power supply.
Are you fucking kidding me? Alexa, you had one fucking job, you silly bitch.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Yeah, I know you don't fucking know that one. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Wow, diddy wow. I'm gonna have to bin something next season.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be because I really need the time back. So.
What are you shaking your head about? Alright. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what happens between now and then.
Wow. Yeah.
We got 4 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah.
I want race results.
Is there only 3 people watching, or am I on the wrong thing?
You should be on the right thing.
Is mine? Does it come up?
Mine. Just update it. What? Refresh it.
Yeah.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport. My name's Dan Davis, and we have made it to the end. Kelly, we're here at Spa-Francorchamps for the final of the Pro-Am Championship. The championship has already been decided, but nonetheless, we've got an exciting night's worth of racing. And Kelly, what a more iconic circuit to come to than Spa-Francorchamps.
Absolutely, one of my all-time favourites, Dan. And what a week we've got here at Simplay. It's tonight and tomorrow night are going to be absolutely fantastic nights of racing. And we've got a champion crown here at Pro-Am, but the third place position is up for grabs between this guy Welshie and Smoky Devil, and a couple of others are in contention as well. But it's the two Scotsmen. It's Clash of the Clans tonight. Can see who can take that all valuable third place and move up to the Pro League. That's tonight. Tomorrow night we've got a championship decider as well. So, but we'll talk about that later on this evening. Yeah, great to be here in Belgium, Dan, isn't it?
It is, it's definitely so, and we haven't got any rain, so we will be able to run green flag conditions here. No red flags in the F1, so we are able to race here at Spa-Francorchamps. And Kelly, this season has been absolutely epic this season. I just also want to say a massive hello to everyone in the chat. Apologies for the title being wrong earlier on. We've now got it all sorted and correct for you. But good evening to Disco McDisco Face, PN Motorsport, Smithy in the chat. Also, myself is in there, Ariel, and also Welshie, but most importantly, a good evening to our main title sponsor here of Audio Sport. A massive thank you to them. One massive thank you to them this season for all the help they do here at Simplay Motorsport. And Kelly,
yes,
I think this season's been one of the best we've had here at Simplay Motorsport. Not obviously just in the Pro-Am, but in the Pro. Obviously the World Endurance as well, still going. As well, and also the Formula One. It's been a very diverse season, and a lot of new faces, a lot of new drivers, and we've had an epic season. And obviously the main fight has been between Matt and Emplava, and what a season these two have put on this season.
Absolutely, Dan. The racing has been epically close, hasn't it, between Matt and Emplava. Emplava, new to our channel, we knew nothing about him when he first joined us at the beginning of the season, but he's been very, very entertaining and giving this man a run for his money. The Pro-Am champion, Matt here, just coming round and going out early for Matt. Matt usually likes to sandbag through practice, but he's got nothing to prove. Although he is chasing to equal Fury's record of 13 wins in a season, is it? He can achieve that tonight.
There is only one record that he can break here this evening, and that's most points within a season, which is held by Fury, and all he has to do is outscore him by 9. So he should be able to do that, no problem. But Matt is your champion for this season, and what a fitting champion we've had. The league coordinator always watches everyone from the sideline in the past, and now he's had the chance to race on track. He's really shown everyone what he can do, especially in a car like the Acura. And he's also helped Smithy really grow as a driver as well. And those two, for Sweet and Sour Motorsport, have been a really strong pairing this season.
Absolutely, taking that Acura all the way to the top with a constructors win as well as a driver's win for Matt. So yeah, it's been a cracking season for them indeed. And we're looking forward to maybe we can see Smithy on the podium tonight. That would be a nice end to the season.
Yeah, for sure. And what the other thing that was kind of interesting, just before we went live, guys, obviously we have a group party chat. We're all discussing the night ahead, mainly discussing the chaos that's going to come tomorrow night. But more importantly, we've been discussing the fact that Matt and Emprava have both agreed with each other that they will not qualify tonight. So obviously Stealth Sloth here this evening, once he turns up, does have a qualifying ban for race 1. But if he doesn't make race 1, he'll then move to race 2. But Matt and Emplava have both decided that they will not qualify for race 1 and race 2.
Excellent. As I said, I also said in this chat that we were talking about that one or both of them will be in the top 3 by the time they get to Pouhon, which is the corner just coming up now as Dean comes down to Pouhon. And yeah, so we'll see. We will see. That'll certainly make things interesting. But Dan, we haven't really spoken about the main event for tonight, really, the Clash of the Clans. And I'm glad to see Disco's in the chat this evening, because there's going to be a lot of Scottish references this evening. I've got my kilt on. Have you got yours on, Dan?
Yeah, I got mine on. It's a bit breezy. Obviously, we got, with the weather that's lurking around tomorrow, I'm worried that my gentleman's area is going to freeze. But but nonetheless,
I think I might put trousers back on for tomorrow, like, you know. But
I might put trousers on in the car tomorrow night as well. But yes, we're here for the Scottish Scottish showdown here at Spa-Francorchamps.
Yes, indeed. Clash of the Clans, and I'm going to come up with so many Scottish references this evening. The last time I did that, Disco McDisco Face messaged me the next day and asked if I was intending to invade Scotland. I came up with so many of them. So we're going to have them all tonight. It's going to be, Welshie, look at that. It's going to be Sean Connery, the Proclaimers, Wee Jimmy Cranky. All those are going to come out
Haggis.
this evening. And, Haggis, Sporran, Iron Brew, all of it. All of it.
Do you know what could have made this Scottish showdown even better is if we were at a Scottish circuit? And what circuit we should have done was Knockhill. Imagine these GT3s around Knockhill.
Oh, well, yeah, I would have said, what's it called? Brannock Bray? Brannock Bray, I would have said, because I've always wanted to race that track, but nobody tends to want to agree with me, to be fair. So
That's because you're mad.
Sorry?
That's because you're mad.
That's because I'm mad. It's a cracking track. Awesome. Great fun. Anyway, Dan, listen, we need to talk about, we keep scooting around this. The reason we're having the Clash of the Clans, the reason is that me and Dan have got our kilts on this evening and all that is because the third place position, the man who can go up to pro and be promoted is pretty much between this guy, Smoky Devil, in the Mercedes, by the way, he's Scottish, or this guy here, Welshie. Don't be fooled by the name. He's also Scottish. Now, both of these are in the contention for that third place, which again, incidentally, would there'd be no Englishman in the top three. So these guys are fighting it out this evening. I don't know what the points deficit is because I haven't
tell you
done much
that
research. Yeah,
I can
I'm
find
sure
you.
you would.
I can find you out that. But there is two other drivers that are up
There
for
is.
the promotion area as well. Ben Parkey would have been if he was able to make it, but sadly he won't. I've got the hiccups and it's really irritating me. So a Dutchman and also an Englishman can take the fight to them of Ukbar and Dean Wasaki. Both of these guys are still mathematically in that chance of catching Smoky Devil and getting that final promotion spot. Smoky Devil on 268 points, while Welshie is on 242. So he's got about, I can't do that quick maths. Kelly, can you do that quick maths?
No, I wasn't actually listening. If I'm quite honest.
268 to Smoky Devil and 242 to Welshie. So off the top of my head, that is
what was it? 242. Oh God, honestly, I used to be better at this. I really did. 242 to 268. Yeah.
Yes.
8 to 50 and 18, 26 points between them.
26
Yeah?
points between them. I'm assuming so.
Those
Ukbar
hiccups
is
are really annoying. Aren't they?
they are really annoying. I can't concentrate.
Yeah.
227 points is Ukbar and 222 is Dean Wasaki. So those two are still mathematically in it. Ben Parkey obviously would have been if he was able to race, but he sadly isn't able to. So it's down to those four, but it looks more like the way of Smoky Devil and Welshie fighting for that final promotion spot.
Yes, it is, and that's the one we're looking at this evening. It's the Clash of the Clans. Which of the Scotsmen will take that position, or will this man take it off him, or the Flying Dutchman? Will this man take it off him in the Ginetta? Not a track that's normally suited to the Ginetta, but when Ukbar's on it, he's usually on it.
Definitely so. And I was about to say, you say that it doesn't suit the Ginetta.
No, I know what you're going to say.
A previous pro driver took the Ginetta to its first pole position here at Simplay Motorsport at this circuit, and it was Andy who took it on pole.
It was Andy. Yeah, absolutely. Andy's in the title fight tomorrow night. That's going to be a cracking race tomorrow night. Stick around for that because there's a bit of weather around tomorrow night as well. So these Pro-Am boys had a completely dry season this year, have they not?
They've had a couple of wet races, but like sprinkles of rain, nothing ridiculous amount. It's mainly the pro guys who have had the challenging weather this season, as Pro-Am usually moan and complain that pro always get the good weather. This season it's gone the other way around, and yes, Kelly, the weather, it is you, I think. The weather that is forecasted for tomorrow is definitely one that would remind you of of the World Endurance Championship a couple of years ago, where they came to Spa and it actually snowed here at Spa. So tune in tomorrow night. Tune in tomorrow night as me and Andy go toe to toe, fighting it out for the championship. 1 point separating us. I lead the championship by 1 whole point. That might end up changing after qualifying by us being both on the same amount of points, but nonetheless, we have rain, we have snow, and we have every other car to try and negotiate as well. Also, many other challenges.
If you thought Abu Dhabi F1 Verstappen versus Hamilton last year was tense, just wait until tomorrow night. This is going to be even more tense than that one was. We'll 1 point in it, as Dan said. Andy's top qualifier. He's really good at qualifying. Might even that out before they even start the race. But one thing's for sure, somebody's going to come out on top, and it's going to be a titanic battle to get there. So join us tomorrow night, where Matt will be here, along with Jamie Brazier probably, and they'll be commentating for the final tomorrow night. But that's tomorrow night, and it's dry here at Spa-Francorchamps Classic Circuit. One of my all-time favourites, Dan. How about you? How do you feel about Spa?
Just the answer to Green Pies' message, which that is Green Pies in the chat. He's a very happy boy because he gets to complete his F1 season after we skipped around thanks to me having COVID. The weather for tonight is looking pretty much dry. Like I said, the Pro-Ams have got away with it this season, and looks like it's going to be pretty much dry all the way through for this evening. Regarding to your question, Kelly, Spa is it's a driver's favourite, isn't it? It's no matter if you love it or hate it, you still love racing here. And for me, the most iconic corner has to be Eau Rouge up to Raidillon, the most dangerous part of the circuit as well, which has recently been redesigned. I don't know if you've seen the images or photos, and it's a lot.
Yeah, but I've heard about it. Yeah.
It's a lot slower, and there's a lot of grass, a lot of gravel traps around it now. So. For me, Spa is always an iconic circuit to come to, one of the most difficult circuits to get right as well. And regarding weather as well, you just don't know what's going to happen here. One end of the circuit could be completely dry, the other end can be completely wet. So it's definitely up there with everyone's favourites, and to me, Spa is one of those circuits you want to win on yourself.
Yeah, I mean it's a particularly long track in modern day terms. You know, it's 7 kilometres or 4.3 miles and 20 turns. Lap record is a 1:46.2, which was Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes W09 in 2018. It's a very, very quick track, and as I said, that's the right up to date with the new pit lane and the bus stop chicane, not the original bus stop chicane, of course, and. So yeah, it's a great track, and I must say, Dan, look at the grass; it's beautiful, doesn't it? I've heard that Jason Plato's been testing a Honda this week. He's obviously been round here and done all the grass. It's looking beautiful.
Do you know what? That's the funny thing. You mentioned that about the Honda and Jason Plato. I've been told that's why Matt this season chose the Acura, because Jason Plato is his favourite driver, and he wanted to emulate his hero and be in a Honda as well. But obviously we don't have Hondas here at Simplay Motorsport. We have the Acura, so that's about as close as you could get with it. So
I tell you what, Dan, if you look very closely, and it'll be quite rare, right? We're all going to Donington Park for the British Touring Car in the end of April, and if Matt goes to the bar and gets a drink, which is unlikely, right? When he opens his wallet, you have a look. He's got a picture of Jason Plato inside.
Next to a Honda, I believe. Next to a generator. Standing next to a generator, I believe, at race.
True story. True story. So if he goes to the bar, unlikely, you would just have a look.
I think for me, this is payback for him calling me Rob Collard. That really frustrated me.
Yeah, that hurt you, didn't it? You didn't like that, did you?
Yeah, no, I did not like that. Regarding lap records, Kelly, we go back to that. Spa-Francorchamps here at Simplay Motorsport in the Pro-Am. The current lap record is actually held by Jamie Brazier himself. He did a 2-minute 20.0 in qualifying in the Lamborghini, but the race record is actually held by Fury, a 2:22.0 in the Mercedes in the Pro-Am. In the Pro, it's actually Andy who still holds the qualifying record, a 2-minute 18.9 in the Ginetta, fastest car around Spa here. And the race record is held by Mazda, a 2-minute 20.6 in the BMW, which was held in season 1, round 1, and Andy's was held at season 3 at round 1.
Well, I think that record is going to stand. So many records have been broken this season by Pro-Am, as we see Bryn go a little bit deep into the chicane there. So there's a lot of records that have been broken this year, but I think with the talk of the weather for tomorrow, I think Andy's record overall 2:18 in the Ginetta is going to stand, I think, tomorrow night.
It is indeed, and some of the test sessions that we have been doing, some of us have been lower than 2:18s already, so it would have been broken as well, but sadly his record will hold at the minute. Zugbar now goes fastest.
He's going,
2 minutes 20.4, well. Showing that Ginetta speed here.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it, would you? At the Ginetta, the 1970s designed fiberglass box. You know, you wouldn't have thought it, but
no,
it's going all right. Goes all right round here.
Mummy D in the chat saying hi all. Simply Motorsport saying good evening all. PM Motorsport, I open my wallet and my moths come out, shooting out. I'm free. So, yeah. That's that Ferrari F1 car you spent on.
That probably would have worked even better if you weren't hiccuping all the way through it. But
yeah,
yeah. Oh dear. At least you opened your wallet.
This man here is on a quali ban for race 1. So Selsoft will be able to race, but he just won't be able to qualify for race 1 as he picked up a couple of penalty points. But the fight between the two Scots is very, very close once again. Well, I say close. Well, she and Smokey are on the same piece of timing sheets together, 6th and 7th at this precise stage, and Smokey outdoing Welshie at the minute.
They've had their Iron Brew and they're out there going round and getting their eye in for this battle. It's going to be interesting. They're the guys we want to we would like to see a titanic battle between them, and hopefully that's what we'll get this evening. But as I said, they're both up for the promotion. With a 3rd place in the championship. We'll also earn them a trophy, Dan, from our lovely sponsors.
Well, finally,
we always talk about our lovely sponsors in this as this 3rd person. It's me, for God's sake, just in case anyone hasn't worked that out.
So a lot to play for here for 3rd place. Smokey and Welshie battling out, not just obviously for promotion spot, but also for that trophy in 3rd place position. So they want to be finishing the season on a high, as Dan's got the commentator hiccups. Says
you have. I've never heard of the
pies.
commentator's hiccups, but you've obviously got. Have you got a glass of water there, Dan?
No,
I've
got Fanta. I've got a Fanta here, which isn't working. That's what's giving me. So I'm gonna try and hold my breath and see if that works.
You hiccups, to be fair. You need a shock. That's what you need. You need someone to give you a shock. Dan,
Dion Pope.
That would be a shock. But that's not actually that unachievable, considering the top 2 are not qualifying. So yeah, that's what can we give you a shot? You'll buy the first round of drinks at Donny. There we go. Problem solved. Go ahead. I thought you were holding your breath. I thought you'd fainted then when you thought you had to get a drink in.
A bit of both.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh,
Dean loses it under acceleration and goes back to
where Lewis and Rosberg famously come together, and Welshie comes flying up Eau Rouge and over Radion towards the back straight. And one other thing we do have to mention about Dean, and obviously Dean has come on a lot more this season and has really progressed as a driver, but he's actually kind of well known for doing a Grosjean here at Simply Motorsport and sending it into turn 1 and taking out half of the pack. I'm pretty sure Dean, with his return back to Spa, will be a much better one. But that is the end of practice, and it's Ugbar who sets the pace, and look at the lap time he has set.
19.7, yeah, wow.
So that he could possibly break the record. He could possibly break the record here. So we say that records weren't going to be broken. They might possibly do so here in the Pro-Am. But Pro, very unlikely with the weather that we've got forecast. But I think my hiccups are gone now. Thank God for that.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. What did you say the overall qualifying record was? Or what, 2:18 what?
2:18.9 for Pro, 2:20.0 for Pro-Am.
Ah, yes. Well, yeah, Ugbar could do that. Yeah, absolutely. If Matt and Emplava are not qualified, they're not qualifying because that's their choice. They want to spice things up a little bit more. Their positions are secure where they are, and so they've opted not to qualify for both races. So it's going to be a straight fight then from everybody else. And Ugbar's looking like the quickest man out there.
Yeah, even with Matt and Emplava setting lap times, Ugbar is looking the fastest. And a reminder, probably to Welshie, to remind Stelsloff that he does have a qualifying ban for race 1. He will be able to qualify for race 2, as Welshie has a lovely drift into the bus stop chicane there. Gets it all together, and one of the Scotsmen... No, not the quickest way. One of the Scots coming towards the line to finish his lap, and it is Ugbar, who's currently on pole position after practice, but practice means nothing. We don't know what fuel most of the guys were running, but it is Ugbar at the top of the session. And Kelly, obviously before we get into the chaos of tonight's race and the rest of the evening planned ahead, I just wanted to quickly mention what has been your moment of the season. We are here at the final round as well. We could have one here towards the end of the night where we could add it to it, but in your mind, we were discussing this before we came live.
We were, yeah.
What do you think was your moment of the season?
I'm not going to pitch the one that you came up with, Dan, because I do think that is probably the ultimate moment of the season. I'll let you explain that one. I think the racing we've had between Matt and Emplava has been fantastic, and Hockenheim sticks in my mind as the real one of the first times we really saw them going head to head, chopping and changing, and Emplava giving Matt an extremely hard time in that round. Again, lots of highlights. We spoke about Emplava, his first win at Long Beach, wasn't it? Race 2 at Long Beach. We've talked about Matt at Texas, the dominance that he managed to pull out of that Acura, being not the quickest car on the
sorry, Kelly, just a quick mention. Stelsloff is currently out on track when he should not be. He should be in the pits, not qualifying. So if he is listening, return to the pits, please, Stelsloff, as you will be starting. You will not be qualifying for this race, so if you can hear me, please get back to the pits, as Matt and Emplava have gone out on track, but they will be setting sector times so that they at least qualify ahead of Stelsloff. But right now, Stelsloff should be in the pits, as Matt already got himself a grid penalty.
Matt's got a penalty, yeah, I thought he did. He got one grid penalty. I don't know what that's for, and if he sped out the pit lane or whatever.
Most likely pits.
Yeah, most likely pits, indeed. And I think the great battling between Emplava and Matt for me has been a season-wide highlight. And I know you've got a beauty. It is probably the best one of the season, to be fair.
Well, for me, obviously, the season highlight for me was Fuji between Matimovic, Emplava and Ben Parkey. All three of these guys going 3 wide into turn 2. And they had a brilliant scrap at Fuji. Probably, like I said, the highlight for me for this season. And obviously, Kelly, you agreed with that one as well. I totally
agree with that. That was such a moment.
Yeah, for sure. And I think as well, just the main highlight is that we've had this fight between Matt and Emplava. It has gone down near enough to the second to last round. Emplava gave it his best. Maybe if he had a better start to the season, he probably would have been able to take it back to him, as Smoky Devil takes a bit of track limits there. But nonetheless, it's been Matt and Emplava show this season. Ben Parkey as well was there at the start of the season, but ever since, yeah,
it's a shame Ben Parkey wasn't in it a bit more, because I think it would have been a 3-way fight for these guys, trading wins and so on and so forth. And I think although we've had a titanic battle this season, I think Ben Parkey would have enhanced that even further.
Oh yeah, for sure. As I'm trying to message Welshie right now, just to let his teammate know that he shouldn't be qualifying.
Okay, Matt comes across the line with a 2:41. That's going to be very much broken, as we know Matt's not giving it his full all, because he's not he's qualifying towards the back. So other than that, looks like Welshie is close to, who's that he's close to? Smithy as well, isn't it? In very close company. A little flash of the lights from each other just to say hi, and all that kind of stuff.
I think Smithy was allowing Welshie through to complete his lap time. Stelsloff, where is Stelsloff on track? This is the man we've got to keep an eye on. He should not complete a lap time, and he should go straight into the pits. But we will see if he does so. The lead car, I think, on track is actually Ugbar.
Okay, let's...
or close to it. It is Dean.
It's Dean. Of course, it's such a long lap here. That's the problem. We've only got a 10-minute qualifying, and a quick lap round here is a 2:20. So, you know, it takes you... You're over 4.5 minutes before you've even put your first lap down, aren't you? You know?
Yeah, and if you mess up your first lap, you are in severe trouble. As I think what's actually helped Ugbar here is he's got the toe off the BMW. So where the Ginetta is very strong in the middle sector, he has gone deep, but he still will get that little bit of toe off Dean Wasaki down towards the final end of the corner. Proper lap times here as Dean does a 2:21. Ugbar goes straight into the 19s.
Yeah, he's just smashed the qualifying record for Pro-Am. And yeah, look at that, a 2:19.5. That's quick pace.
Who's next coming across line? Where is Stelsloff? Will he complete a lap time? That is the question. Ugbar straight to the pits. Stelsloff is going to complete a lap time, which he shouldn't be, but he will go across the line as Emprava runs towards the line and he cruises across the line.
Okay, yep, you've got that one, Ed. That's definitely a slow one.
You'll definitely be starting ahead of Matt, I know that for sure. Welshie towards the line, does he improve on Stelsloff's position? Yes, he does. So he goes up into a third place position. But Smithy and...
Smokey just a 10th or so behind Dan.
Oh, these two really taking it to the end. But like I said, the other two that are still mathematically in it, Ugbar and Dean, are ahead of them. So...
They are. It's actually... Yeah, it's the top four at the moment are all the top four that are possible getting the third place in the championship.
And in the opposite order, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Welshie and Smokey are the two that are most likely. That's the closest fight for the third place. That's the one that we're keeping an eye on. The Clash of the Clans. You know, the tussle of the Titan. Maybe.
Oh my god.
Oh dear. Yeah.
that was a bit of a painful one, but it is the Dutchman is currently on pole.
I just come up with that. Straight off the top of my head, so. Did it show? I think it did.
Yeah, it did definitely show.
Little
The Flying Dutchman currently is your pole sitter at the minute, and he's basically just come straight out the pits. This would be his out lap. He's taking an Andy approach of low fuel and kind of nail it on the one lap. Everyone else kind of putting a bit more fuel in and keep on going kind of tactic. But
I'd do it that way, would you?
For this circuit, it's more about staying out on track, and if you do have damage, you do have to.
Yep.
He did, Matt, but he didn't listen to me, so Stelsloff will be started sick. So Smithy needs to improve, basically.
Dean goes across the line, doesn't improve on that one, still sits second at the moment.
Dean, I think, will be the only person who would be able to get another lap in. So if he completes this lap, he should have 2 laps under his belt if he doesn't make any mistakes. So, but this is Welshie coming through the final sector now. I think it's Stelsloff who is up ahead of these guys, and Smithy as well. Stelsloff towards line. He goes real deep there, Welshie.
It's hard to spot a braking zone there, isn't it? We haven't had an on-board lap, have we?
We have not. Would you like to do an on-board lap?
I'll have a go just quickly. Okay, first corner. Can't remember what that's called now.
Turn one.
Turn one. A hairpin corner. Loads of accidents over the years. Down the hill, flat scat. Big accident here in Formula 1 '97, I want to say. Coulthard crashed into everybody and everyone crashed. This is Rouge.
Rouge.
Fast. Radion. As you come up over the top, and she's losing it. Oh dear, that still went really badly, didn't it?
Ugbar's still going.
Ugbar's still going. Where is he? He's at the end of that long straight.
Camel
This is
straight.
the worst track guide I've done all year. And drops down the hill. Tricky set of corners, that one. Lots
That's
of
where
time.
me and D-Biggs came together.
Absolutely, and downhill into the hairpin, tuck it into the apex. That'll be the bit on the right hand side there. Ugbar, you've got it. Down the hill to the corner with no name. Martin Brundle's tried for years to find out a name for it. There isn't one. Don't run wide because it gets a bit slippery out there in no man's land. This is Pouhon, the worst corner on the track in my opinion. However late you brake, you end up tucking it in and then running wide, usually right out to the curb. Pull it back in, accelerate hard as you come down to the next set of corners. Right, left through here. Hurry up and wait kind of corner this. You want to get on the power, but you can't. Tuck it into the apex on the left hand and let it run out wide, not too wide. Get up on the grass, you'll spin it round. Down a couple of gears, tuck it to the apex. You nail it now. You stay on the throttle all the way to the end. It's flat through here. Tuck it to the apex. He's in the slip now of whoever that is. Stealth Sloth. I say he was going to give him space. And it's fast section now. You can go absolutely flat through the first one, easy peasy. Absolutely flat through the second one. If you pick up the apex, which you didn't need to, that car is on absolute rails by the looks of it. Bus stop chicane, really hard to find a braking point. You want to brake before the curb in, pick up the curb on the left, right hand side, then over to the left, get on the power, don't let the back end step out, keep the power down, move towards the left hand side to set up the next lap. If you're on a quick one, you'll be sub 220, and he goes faster again, Dan, with a 219.1. That's quick.
1998 was the pile up, and
1998 was a year out when I know.
And I did say Dean should be able to get one more lap, and he does so. So he's currently a 10th off his best, 2/10 off his best, but he has dropped it, and that will be the end of qualifying. And it is Ugbar who breaks the qualifying record here, as he does a 2-minute 19.1. And once again, the Ginetta is top of the tables here at Spa-Francorchamps. Second is Smoky Devil, leading Scotsman, currently in that third place position. Can he give Ugbar a hard time in the start of the race? Dean Wasocki in third, fourth is Welshie, fifth is Bryn, sixth is Stelsoft, seventh is Smithy, eighth is Matt, and Bryn is M. Plava. And
I just wanted to point out, Dan, if you saw on those times that Ugbar was nearly 2 seconds faster in the midfield than everybody else.
That's where basically Andy found all his time last time, and he says, oh yeah, sorry, says Stel Sloth. That's alright, mate, it's done now. But
you've now got to run the whole race with no wheels.
Well, he said he's going to allow the guys behind him through. You only have to let Smithy through, and that's really it. But it was an awesome lap by Ugbar, and at Ginetta, I don't know why, but here at Spa it works. Kelly, we're coming down to the final few rounds here of Pro-Am. It's been an emotional season. We're into the round 23. Who's your prediction for the win here tonight? Guys, get your prediction on who you think is going to win as well. But Kelly, coming to you.
I think Matt and Emplava will come through the field. That pace, if Ugbar can keep it together and keep his nose clean, I'm going to back Ugbar. Sorry for that, mate.
Well, I'm gonna back Matt for the win on this one. Then let's go for a last place to first win. And it is a shame that we lost a few drivers this season. We hopefully will have a full grid for Pro-Am next season. The sheets for the current drivers has gone out, so if you want to sign up for next season to the current drivers, you can do so, and then we will have the sign up sheets live in a couple of weeks time for newbies as well. But Kelly, Spa-Francorchamps, the final round of the season, this is going to be exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, Dan, this is the last 2 races we'll be commentating together as well for a while.
It is going to be a while, but the lights come on, the revs rise, round 23. And it's Ginetta on pole position, but it's the BMW Dean Wasocki with a great start, but Smoky to the outside, Ugbar to the inside. Who's going to come out on top? Stealth Sloth allows the whole pack through, which is fair dues for him. But Dean right round the outside, and he's dropped it! Oh. He's hit Ugbar, too much power, and he's gone round, and that's allowed Smoky and Welshie through. The Scotsman going up to, here we go, the Scottish Showdown, both leading 2, and off they go, Welshie versus Smoky. Who's going to come out top? The Mercedes should have the grunt, but the Lamborghini's just as quick. But look at Emplava, and oh, there's all sorts of chaos going on. Here comes the BMW and Bryn.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry, the pit window is lap 3, but look at that. Bryn and Welshie's in the wall. Bryn's dropped it.
Where's Welshie? Welshie's falling back. He's kind of recovered it. He's up into third. Smithy on the podium at the moment. Don't know what happened there. I was looking towards the back. And Emplava up to 4th, Matt up to 5th, but Smokey is flying, and Welshie's coming back now at Smithy. He's got Smithy done. He can now get back after Smokey, so it's game on again. Don't know what happened to Bryn. I don't know if they came together or what. Did you see it, Dan?
I have no idea. It looks like kind of magnet together. I'm just seeing the replay now on my screen, and it just looks like they got connected with one another. Bryn drops it on his own, and Welshie somehow manages to keep going, but it is Smokey Devil who leads this race with Welshie in 2nd. 3rd is Smithy. Can he finish the season on the podium? If he was denied one at Alton Park, the current top 2 also bowing it out there. Emplava and Matt, these two wanting the final win. Matt can match Fury's record here if he has got to win both races though to match his record.
Yes, quite right, Dan. So he's got work to do. Ugbar's recovered a little bit. He's got Dean right behind him, and Dean recovering from that first spin. Had a lightning start. Didn't crash into everyone in the first corner, Dan, because he was the first man. Unfortunately, just lost it under acceleration on the exit of that one. He's now
look at the grunt of the BMW right on the back of the Ginetta, as Ugbar's probably got damage to the front end of that car due to making contact with Dean, but he looks like he's holding the damage well. But look at up ahead, Smithy, Emplava and Matt all going at it as well for 3rd, 4th and 5th, as we then cut to these guys, and it looks like Matt has made the move on Smithy, but Matt's gone wide. Emplava down the inside, Smithy in the middle. Caught Smithy in the middle of both of these two, but Matt pulls away from him, and Emplava will just have to sit behind the Sweet and Sour Motorsport Constructors Champions as then Matt... Oh, Smithy squeezes him onto the grass there.
Yes, he does. And I thought Matt was going to play rear gunner for Smithy. He's off in front of him.
Yep, every man for himself by the list of things. They're reminded we got to stay away from that pit wall, because there's an imaginary wall that will annihilate your car, and these guys will not want to touch it at all. As Smokey still leads this race from Welshie, from Matt, from Emplava, from Smithy, from Dean, Ugbar, Stel Sloth, and then Bryn bringing up the rear. I think we'll keep an eye out on Ugbar. He's probably carrying a little bit of damage. He should be able to come back later on in this race.
Yes, indeed. Up front, Smokey's still got 3 seconds over Welshie at the moment, but these two are coming. They're coming fast as well. Emplava hunting down Matt, Matt hunting down Welshie as we drop down the hill.
Welshie, that lap getting a little bit closer to Smokey, just by the looks of things, but Smokey's able to extend that gap as well. I don't know if Welshie's probably carrying damage also from the contact with Bryn, so we'll see about that. But as they go down into Pouon, and just as where most of the chassis cars should benefit, Matt just running a little wide there, just stays in track limits. The car's 2 wheels on the curb, and Matt sticking to track limits there as they then come through the slow chicane as well. End of lap 3 will be the pit window, so these guys can repair their cars, and Ugbar will be wanting to see that pit window as quickly as he possibly can.
Yes, indeed, he probably will. Dean on a good recovery up to 6th, up to 5th. He's just put the move on Smithy and goes a bit wide there, but Smithy chasing him back down. Emplava and Matt, like all season, and in very close company. And Welshie they're just reeling Welshie in now. Excuse me.
They are indeed, and Emplava just running a little bit wide there on the exit of that corner where Max Verstappen went right round the outside of a Sauber in a Toro Rosso a couple of years ago. Yeah, very iconic move from Max Verstappen. Didn't really hold back. He nailed it to the ground. Can Matt copy that in a Honda powered car and go right round the outside of Welshie? Probably not. I did set a challenge for these two boys. Who can overtake someone in Eau Rouge and Raidillon? As Matt is probably Matt's trying to set himself up to try and do so. And Welshie with a poor exit out of turn 1.
He's not close enough to do it now.
No, but Matt will get the toe up Camel Straight. Will he be able to make a move? Ooh, just on the limits there, Matt, for track limits. Just making it. But Welshie down Camel Straight. The Lamborghini has a lot more grunt than the Acura. and then down the back straight, 255, 260, 200. He's up to 260. Can he get 270? No, not quite in kilometers an hour. So
she's so late on the brakes. How did he slow that down, Dan? He was well within the curve before he hit the brakes. How he got that slowed down, I'll never know.
As we've got a good fight between Dean Smithy and Ukbar just in the background. Those guys very close, but Matt's looking down the inside as Ukbar has made a mistake there and has allowed Stealth Sloth to catch onto the back of it. But Matt is pretty much pushing Welshie round as they come to No Name and Puon.
Yes, indeed, dropping down the hill to Puon, as I said, a horrible corner. This is the worst corner on the track, in my opinion. Downhill, braking, hard to pick up the apex. Car always runs wide, easy to run very wide. Welshie and Matt keep it all tucked together. And Plava just struggling a little bit in the background round there, but he's not far away. Matt has a little look, chicks to the right. Let's have a look, see, tell Welshie I'm still here.
Pit window is open this lap, so anyone with damage and want to get their pit window done and out the way will be able to come in at this lap. And reminder the way this works: if you're in a team, Matt's dropped it. Matt's gone round and Plava's hit him.
Matt just
obviously accidental.
There.
Oh, and Matt trying to get out of the way as quickly as he possibly can. His teammate's now going to pass him, but I think he's going to hold up Ukbar for him. Send Ukbar right onto the back of Smithy here. So Smithy is now trying to find a way past his teammate. Ukbar trying to find a way past both Akoras. The championship winning Akoras are in the middle of the pack now.
Oh, it's like a Mercedes day for these two, isn't it? And Ukbar is...
he's very wide.
He's Looked like Matt got just a little bit caught out on the braking of Welshie. He hit the back of it, which turned him round, and then Plava caught him as well. Who's carrying damage?
Oh, Matt.
Late call to the pits.
Very late call, but Ukbar and Matt both come into the pits. Also, Emplava all pitting in the pit window. Well. So these guys getting their pit stops done and out the way. And guys, let's just enjoy these lovely dry conditions. Also, Bryn's into the pits as well. So let's enjoy these lovely dry conditions because it's about as dry as it will get. As Matt with a lightning stop there and is on his way. Whereas Emplava, he's done his pit stop, so he's on his way also. So a lot of work for Matt to do, but Smokey and Welshie still the two Scotsmen leading the way, first and second place. But Smokey has the advantage.
Yes, that kind of let Welshie off the hook a little bit. That incident, he can get his head down and try and get after Smokey, although he's losing touch a little bit. He lost like 3/4 of a second, nearly a second to Smokey now. Smokey flying in the 24s.
I don't know if Smokey's had a race win this season.
He certainly had a podium, I know that. I remember, didn't he have 2 in a row at one of the tracks?
His best result is 3rd, and he's had that since Nürburgring both races, Laguna Seca both races, and he had the 3rd place at Ruapuna. So the later part of the staging, Smokey is really coming to his own. The other podium he's also had was at Hockenheim, race 1. So been a good end to the season for Smokey. Can he get his first and probably his only chance of a race win here tonight?
Dan, an awful lot's happened, but this is only lap 4. Of course, Spa being such a long lap, feels like we've been racing for hours. And it's only lap 4, still another 10 to go, so he's got a lot of work to do. And he's in a comfortable position at the moment, 4 seconds ahead of Welshie. These two still got their pit stops to make, as does Dean, as does Smithy, as does Stealth Sloth. So everyone up to down 5th, still with pit stops to do.
Yep, definitely so. So your bottom 4 have all pitted, while you still got, like you said, Smithy, Stealth Sloth, Dean, Welshie and Smokey all still yet to pit. And this is the problem with Spa, it gets very open up and it's difficult for people to catch one another. Emplava with a decent gap over his main rival Matt. Can Emplava get another win before Matt does? And Matt's got a lot of work to do to match Fury's record at this stage. But it is a good fight between these two right now. Oh, Smithy goes really wide there.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's an interesting line there, Smith. That's probably his wet line, because we know Smithy's a demon in the wet. Unfortunately, haven't had any wet races this season for the Pro-Ams.
We've had a couple of little ones, but nothing drastic.
Nothing major.
It's been quite disappointing the weather this season, to be honest, hasn't it, Kelly? Not just for the Pro-Ams, but for the pros as well. Matt was saying in the chat earlier on that we wish we had a bit more wet weather. We tried doing this dynamic way of doing it by real time and what it's actually doing in that time and space. as Stelsov has a great run through Eau Rouge and Radion. Lamborghini power over Akora power, and he should be able to out-drag the Akora quite easily. But the Akora's holding its own. Smithy to the outside, Stelsov to the inside. Who's going to come out on top?
Stel's got to slow it down. Got to slow it down. A couple of cones got the brunt of the Slothmeister.
The Slothmeister.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that was better.
Slothmeister. That's it. Stelslov's new name is the Slothmeister. We got the Welshie. What's the Welshie windmill, was it, or Welshie? Oh, I can't remember. The Wasaki windmill as well. Both of those guys have windmills on them. I know that for sure. But Stelslov, the Slothster, has now managed to get past the Smithster as well. So,
yeah, absolutely.
As people call him, people just call him the goat.
Yeah, the goat. Yes, indeed. So these two, this is not over. Smithy's coming back at him now. It's the Smithster. Going now, talk some rubbish on this channel.
We do chat a lot of rubbish. We're considering we've only got 9 cards on track. We've got to talk about something. But Smithy with a great run through the final few corners there, and is going to get a decent toe off the back of that Lamborghini. He looks down the inside, and he's in the toe of the Lamborghini. Can he find a way past? That is the question, as they are making their way up to the bus stop chicane. Very fast left-handers here. Who's the bravest and able to stick flat? Stelsloth breaks.
Oh, he does. What was he braking for? That's flat through there. Didn't have the confidence. Decided to put the brakes on. That gave Smithy the place. That was like, here's some red lights past me.
Oh, and Stelsloth missed his brakes and gives Smithy a little nudge. And Dean Wasaki's into the pits.
Dean in the pits on lap 5. We're still watching this race between the Stealthmeister and the Smithster.
The Smithster.
The Stealthmeister and the Smithster.
But the problem is they're going to have other bits of trouble now, as M. Prava is now caught onto the back of them. Dean is on his way and has lost out to M. Prava and Matt by the looks of things. So Matt moving up another place, as does Dean, M. Prava, but Dean dropping down too. But look at this. Smithy seems to have a lot more confidence in the slower sections, but then when it comes to the fast sections, Stelsloth, especially through Eau Rouge and Radion, just able to keep that Lamborghini pinned, and now they've got the Audi of M. Prava hunting them down.
Yes, indeed, as we're on board with Smithy at the moment, looking at that ugly Lamborghini. That absolutely horrid looking thing. I can't stand it.
I was going to say, I've heard rumours that you've been testing this car, haven't you?
Well, from sitting inside it, you don't have to look at it, do you?
It's a very nice sounding GT cars. I think Stelsloth just looks like he went wide a little bit. No, he just hangs it together, but the Audi is now onto the back of the Akora.
Yes, indeed. And Matt will be wanting Smithy to hold Emplava up a bit. That was a line.
That was an interesting attempt there from Emprava, looking to go around the outside of Smithy. This is going to be the tricky bit now for Emprava. He needs to clear these two as quickly as he possibly can. He has a 5-second gap over Matt, so Smithy can hold him up for as long as he can. And Emprava's just got to be a bit cautious of how he passes that other Akora. Still these two yet to pit.
Yes, indeed, you're quite right. And Emprava just taking his time. Jinking one way, jinking the other, looking for that gap.
Disco in the comments saying, get him Smithosaurus.
Smithosaurus. Huh? What are you saying? He's a dinosaur. That's nice.
I thought he was meant to be the goat. As Emprava looking... He is the goat, apparently. As Emprava down the inside. Is Smithy going to hang it wide? Oh, they rub doors! They do rub doors. Smithy runs wide. Is N going to lift and allow him back through? No. Emprava carries on through. A little bit of door rubbing there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, here comes the name.
If you ask me. What?
PM Motorsport has now jumped in with a chat.
Smith-a-Ceratops. Smith-a-Ceratops?
I think that's what it's meant to say.
Yeah.
Poor Smithy, he's meant to be the GOAT and everyone's coming up with dinosaur names for him.
I know, it's not nice, is it?
Meanwhile, while these lot are too busy battling one another, Smokey and Welshie have managed to pull a decent gap from these guys. 21 seconds ahead of Stealth. Well, according. Welshie just keeping it together.
Just keeping it together.
He had a brown pants moment there.
He certainly had a Brown moment, that's for sure, but managed to keep it together, but it will cost him time. More time for Smokey to extend his gap. These two haven't pitted mine, Dan, so, and, Smokey
Smithy,
has one as well.
Smokey's dropped
Smokey
it.
having one. He had half a spin there as well. That would lose him time. And where is Welshie?
He's not too far behind. He's brought it under 2 seconds.
You can see him, look. You can see him. Hello.
Oh, here we go. This the Scottish showdown is about to hot up here as Welshie's brought the gap down. Both of these having a little bit of a moment as they coming through the slower section of Spa here, while Emprava, Stelslav, Smithy, and Matt are all still battling it out in the up in the no-name section. Is Stelslav and Emprava are going side by side right now in Puon.
Yeah, indeed, and Emplava getting through. Flash of lights from the Stealthmeister, and on his way goes Emplava.
The Stealthmeister.
The Stealthmeister. And Matt up behind Smithy. Going to take too long to clear.
Smithosaurus.
Smithy, is it? Yeah, Smithosaurus. The way he comes to this has just got weird with names here. It really has. But as Haley's just entered the room, Haley, you ask what's happened in this race. Well, funny you should ask, because the
Smokey's
top two,
in.
Smokey's in the pits. The top two of the Scottish pair fighting for this third place in the championship are fighting for the race win. And, well,
I
yes,
think
you could write it. They're racing for the win, and I think he's changed.
Oh my god. That was Kelly's
Sean Connery,
attempt.
just in case.
That was
in
Kelly's
case.
attempt at Sean Connery as
I mean, it was
Emprava.
obvious. I mean, it was like Sean was standing in the room, you know, but just in case anyone wasn't.
I think Smokey might have lost the race lead here to Emprava. Emprava, coming from back of the pack, is now going to take the lead. Smokey's little mistake has cost him the race lead. Is he going to lose out to these bunch? Not quite. Matt's alongside him. Are we going to go to abreast up of Eau Rouge and Radion? No, as Matt gets the job done. So your championship contenders for this season have already cleared the pack.
Well, I said it would take half a lap. It actually took 8, but there you go.
As now Smokey with that power of the Mercedes there, he has got the slipstream. Is he going to go right round the outside of Matt? The Mercedes much faster in a straight line. Is he braver on the brakes? He's going to have to try it. Matt's still down the inside, and he just gets it done. Smokey gets the position back. A little wiggle there, but Matt's not going to let him have it easy here, as Matt's right on the back.
I think Matt let him off a little bit. I think Matt braked and let him come through. I think he let him off that one a little bit, the way I saw it. But as you say, Matt's not going to let it go. Smokey's going to have to work for this. Matt isn't going to give it to him.
Oh, Smokey goes very wide there. He loses a lot of time.
That's going to give Matt a chance.
Matt can have a look down at Puon, where famously Michael Schumacher and David Coulthard came together and both were out of the race in the wet. But
and
Matt does. Yeah, then there was a scrap. We do not want a Scottish scrap.
No, because he'll give him a Glasgow kiss.
Oh my god.
I said an Edinburgh one last week, but that's wrong. It's a Glasgow kiss. Because Edinburgh's far too posh, apparently.
Okay. But Welshie now leads the way. Welshie leads the way. He's got a 13.8 gap, and I don't think that's enough to keep Emprava behind. But Matt's lost out a lot of time, as sounds like Welshie was bouncing all over the cut. Welshie is into the pits. How quick a stop is this going to be? We're still waiting for Smithy and Stelslav to get their pit stops out the way. Bryn and Ugbar's night just really hasn't gone very well since they've made that contact with one another. Bryn made contact with Welshie, and Ugbar just caught out by Dean. And Welshie's pit stop is a lot longer, and that's allowed Emprava through. How many other people are going to get through? Matt is on his way. Welshie is going to lose out to Matt, Smokey, and possibly Stealth. All these guys still relatively close as Smithy is into the pits.
Right, Smokey's in front, and yeah, well in front as well. Accelerates down the hill, and
Welshie only just beats out Dean.
Yeah, he's just behind his teammate Stealth. I'm sure Stealth will jump out of his way because he understands the importance of what Welshie is racing for. But Dean's also one of these that wants to progress, so he's not going to let Welshie off easily.
Yes, and Prava has pitted, and 1998 again, fastest three-wheeler ever. That Ferrari,
Yeah.
says
That was a hell of a
PN.
race.
And as well, she sends it on his teammate and makes contact with him. He goes round. Dean's hit him. There's the rear wing gone as well.
No. That's it. He's lost the rear spoiler. That means big damage. That means another pit stop. Yeah, that's a disaster for Welshie. An absolute disaster. Went a bit keen on his teammate. I'm just watching it back on the stream.
I'm pretty sure, Disco, that the incident was between No Name and Puon. That's where David Coulthard was slowing to allow Schumacher through. And
no, it was
hit
before
the
the bus stop chicane. It was before the bus stop chicane.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it was before Puon.
I thought it was. Well, it was just.
I have to figure this out now.
Yeah, well, Google it or something. I don't know. Emplava leads. He's not over there. There he is. I thought it was between whatever corner it is and the bus stop chicane, because it was the old bus stop chicane, the really brilliant bus stop chicane then. I thought it was around here where Emplava is. I mean, it was a fantastic race. If you get an opportunity, go back and watch it. I remember it was 24 years. I'm guessing that's what PN that you're on about. It was 24 years ago, and I watched it almost live. I video recorded it, and I had a 5-hour cassette tape, and I think I still didn't get all the racing at the end of that, because David Coulthard lost it in the wet just as he was coming down just about along here, lost it in the wet and took out, I don't know what it was, about 10 cars. Luckily nobody was injured at all. They all stepped out of the car, they all walked away, and most of them got back in the cars because they had T-cars back in those days. They had spare cars. I'll bring back T-cars. Mind you, the reliability is so much better in Formula 1 these days that there's probably no need for it.
No,
have you looked it up, Dan?
I'm currently watching a video now of 1998 as I'm watching Schumacher coming up through the section Emplava is actually at now, and he is currently lapping a Williams, and it is hammering it down in the wet.
One of the other great moments, of course, was Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen overtaking. Oh, who was it? Zonda. They were lapping him, and Mika Hakkinen went down the inside at the end of the straight, and Schumacher went on the outside, and Mika Hakkinen overtook the lap car and Schumacher. And
I am correct. I am correct. It's between No Name and Puon is where they made contact.
I stand corrected then. I thought it was further around the lap. As I remember it, ripped the
well, she's in the pits.
Right off. Yeah, he's been there for a little while now. He's out the pits, so this is his race ruined now. So,
oh no! I've just had a message off of Nikki and seen that I'm on TikTok.
You're on TikTok.
Oh my God! No! I'm not. Obviously, Matt has released a promo video of the finale tomorrow, and Nikki has found my TikTok and has now been screenshotting my TikTok and doing all sorts to it. As Dean's made a mistake.
Yeah, made a mistake. Of course, tomorrow night is the big shootout. Andy versus Unorthodox. That'll be him for the championship. It's down to 1 point. Unorthodox goes into the meeting with 1 point advantage. That will be sucked up very, very quickly. Tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be a titanic battle. Can Orthodox be the first man at Simplay to take a triple championship, or can Andy take his first championship? It's been a fantastic season, absolutely full of drama up and down the grid, but a fantastic races between Andy and Unorthodox, and it all boils down to one moment, one track, and you can see it all live tomorrow night. Matthew Duffin will be in your commentary box, as well as Jamie Brazier, and Dean has to go into the pits with some damage, front bumper hanging off the BMW. So tune in tomorrow night for the finale of the season. It's
Matt and Ugbach are relatively close. Matt and Smokey, are relatively close. Smokey getting a little bit closer to the back of that Acura once again, and Disco and Emplava and PN Motorsport are the only ones in the chat right now, and we're talking mainly about Spa. Ricardo Zonta, that was the driver.
He was.
The old days with Oh, and Smokey's had another moment there.
Yeah.
Stelsov
Hold
has
on to
pitted. Stelsov has pitted as well, so everyone's now done their mandatory pit stop, and still, Emperava leads the way.
Rosenthal. How old is Disco? How old is he? He messaged me the other week, as I said, when we were talking about Scottish things and Scottish references, and he brought up Wee Jimmy McRae. Oh, not Wee Jimmy McRae, Wee Jimmy Cranky. Have you got any idea who that is, Dan?
Not a clue.
Not a clue, right?
Not a
he's
clue.
now referencing Jim Rosenthal. Disco, how old are you? You don't look that old in your profile picture.
I'm going to guess he's in his mid-30s, I'm going to guess.
I think more like mid-40s.
Well, either way, we're currently watching Smokey Devil, one of the Scotsmen, on his way to a podium at the minute. He's unable to stick it with the big boys of Emperava and Amat at this stage right now. It is actually going to be these three who will be promoted up into Pro next season. And Smokey doing his best as Bryn and Stelsov having a good little battle here as they go through. No Name as yes, I got it right. Disco is 35 years of age.
35? 35? Shut up. 35. Well, you have the knowledge of about a 50-year-old.
I mean, I'm just going to say this as well. The other thing that we question quite a lot is Jamie Brazy's knowledge of F1 or any form of motorsport, and he's like 17.
Like hardwired into Wikipedia or something, isn't he?
Or race Wikipedia or something along those lines.
Yeah,
He can give you any information about the facts. Probably the time when the bus stop chicane got redesigned. He'll probably know the exact date, what they used, what kind of tarmac they bought it from, and what type of wood they used to build all the houses around here. He knows that much knowledge about stuff that he probably would be able to know it.
Yes, you're quite right. I mean, I thought my motorsport knowledge was quite good, although my brain's starting to fade these days. Your motorsport knowledge is really good, Dan, as well. But Jamie Brazier seems to be on another level. If there's any kind of
PN says he's in his 40s.
Sorry?
PN Motorsport says he's...
Right?
Yeah.
But you're not the one quoting Jim Rosenthal, though, PN, you know?
That's a very good point, but PN, make sure you keep an eye on PN Motorsport. He'll be live on a Sunday night on his Twitch account as he'll be racing in his Ferrari on the F1 Championship. As Green Pie says, well old they are. So
yeah. Well, we know that Green Pies is like 12.
He is like 12, but there's still good fights going on here. Stelsov and Bryn still battling now as they go through the Camel Straight.
I'll say hello to Gillian. How are you, Gillian?
As we head up towards the Camel Straight, Smithy, your constructors champion, sitting there in a lovely 7th place position as Stelsov is now trying to hunt down Bryn, but Bryn has managed to extend his gap.
Bryn's had a bit of a quiet one, hasn't he? We haven't seen a lot of Bryn, but he's kind of managed to drag himself up to 5th, hasn't he?
He had that incident earlier on with Welshie, and he dropped right back. Welshie obviously losing his rear wing due to the contact with his own teammate, and then Dean rubbing salt into the wound. Not really much Dean could have done really in that situation, but yeah, Bryn slowly worked his way back up the pack, and he's currently in 5th place position. PM Motorsport says, yep, now passing me on my Zimmer frame, Disco, lol, or wheelchair.
Yeah. The Green Pies. He's 12 3/4. Yeah, sorry about that. Got to remember the 3/4, you know. And yeah, he's going to get wasted this weekend on a pack of wine gums.
As will Fury will at Donington Park in a couple of weeks' time. If anyone,
for Fury.
Or Capri's son, as we keep arguing this one, but actually Fury had a very famous moment here at not in the Simplay Motorsport, but on another league. I love mentioning this story because it makes me laugh every time. We come here to Spa-Francorchamps, and the very first league I got into was an LMP2 championship. It was actually Andy's league over at Motive, and I raced here at the LMP2 championship. And Fury, the first time I met Fury, he actually managed to put his LMP2 into space. He somehow landed on the moon, right, with his LMP2 because he hit the famous imaginary wall down the hill towards Eau Rouge, and still I've got the image, the video, everything in my mind of Andy completely clueless of what's going on, doesn't know how to react, doesn't know what to say, and Fury's car is completely gone. It's like a little black speck on the screen. Absolutely brilliant. Loved it, and from that point made me hooked to sim racing. But absolutely brilliant. Fury will always steal the show here at Spa for me.
Yes, and also remember Fury being the only man to reverse back up the where was that, Daytona? Indy, wasn't it?
What?
Reversed back up the thing with 3 wheels. Only had 3 wheels on his car, and reversed up the pit lane.
Yeah,
or something.
Indianapolis. Yeah. He managed to reverse.
Yeah.
Fury's had some magical moments in some of them, but he did manage to smash up his. Is Ukbar here? Has caught Smokey Devil. Has Smokey had another mistake then?
I think Smokey might have done, because Ukbar's all over him like a cheap suit, and I've got to get some new lines. He is going to want to take that 3rd place off him.
He is going to want to take that 3rd place away from him as Ukbar goes off track. That's track limits there, but he's lost actually more time than he's gained. So Smokey extends his gap there, but the Ginetta will be much better in the middle sector. But the long straights, the Mercedes-Benz will be a lot stronger. And I think that Mercedes-Benz for next season, we go into the summer season, and I think that Mercedes is going to be very, very strong towards next season. And keep an eye out for Fury next season.
It's a good summer car, absolutely. And Fury's now 3 seasons in with that Mercedes, and really getting to know it. He was a strong contender for the championship this year. Very much after yourself and Andy, very much the best of the rest in that Mercedes. He's going to be a very strong competitor next season. But to be fair, there's going to be an awful lot of strong competitors in Pro next year. There's going to be yourself, Dan, and Orthodubs, Andy, if he joins again, which I'm sure he will, and Matt and then Plava coming up from Pro-Am. They're going to be quick. BT Targa, another one who's been an absolute force to be reckoned with. A couple of race wins from him. He's the silent assassin is BT Targa. He just quietly goes about things and is hugely quick. If Gary gets away from changing nappies and gets some practice in, he'll be a contender as well. Next season's Pro is going to be rock hard. Rock hard.
With some of the drivers making a return, possibly Mazda, as Ukbar looks to make a move on Smokey, and Smokey just shuts the door. Ukbar unable to find a way past Smokey. He's doing everything he possibly can to hold on to this podium position. Ukbar's running out of time and he needs to find a way through. Ukbar gets really close to the back of him. This is where the Ginetta is stronger. Emprava still not quite up to the bus stop, so we'll go back to this fight. Ukbar, this is where the Ginetta is a lot stronger. Can he find a way past the Mercedes of Smokey Devil? Or has Smokey Devil done enough to hang in there? And it looks like he has done so. The Ginetta, trying everything it possibly can, holds the lap record here. Can it find a way past the Mercedes?
Can it indeed? And we're going to have to cut to this and go to the leader in just a moment. I think he's coming into the chicane just now. We'll cut back to that race as we see Emplava come across the line. Race win number 4. Is this win number 4 for Emplava?
I believe this is race number 4 for Emplava. He comes across the line and he does stop Matt from taking his and equaling Fury's record, but Ukbar has got past.
Ukbar's got in front.
Ukbar's got past. Smokey goes wide. Oh, it's Matt's coming towards the line. Matt will finish this race in 2nd place position. Iagora takes 2nd place, but the fight is for that final 3rd place position. And it's Ukbar who's just hanging on there into the bus stop chicane. Great recovery, pole position for this man, and he's going to come home on the podium. Or is he? Drag race to the line. Smokey, Ukbar. It's Ukbar and the Ginetta. We'll take 3rd place position from Smokey in 4th place. A drag there to the end for those two. And bringing up in 5th place position will be Bryn. So your top 5 won't be able to qualify. So Bryn won't be able to qualify for this next race. Smokey nor will Ukbar, and will Matt or Emprava. Emprava taking another win here. I will find out how many wins that is now to Emprava's name.
That's probably his most dominant win, isn't it? That's probably the one.
Win number 5, I believe.
Win number 5. He equals such great characters like KLF 900. He's up with the greats now on win number 5. But Smokey, in our Clash of the Clans for this evening, Smokey takes the points over Welshie. I don't know where that puts him in the championship right now.
Ukbar is still in that fight for promotion. So Ukbar finishing ahead of Smokey is kind of important. If he has a good race 2 and Smokey has a poor race 2, then Ukbar's still in this. Dean obviously and Welsh, I think, might struggle to finish this one, as the rest of the pack will be coming across the line. So it will be Bryn in 5th, 6th is Stealth Sloth, 7th is Smithy, 8th is Dean Wasaki, and bringing up the rear is Welshie. The Scottish showdown has kind of come to a bleak end with Welshie at the back, but it is your man Emprava who is your winner for race 1, round 23 here in the Pro-Am. Second place is Matimovic, 3rd is Ukbar, and 4th is Smokey Devil. 5th is Bryn, and those 5 will not be able to qualify for a race 2. 6th is Stelsoft, 7th is Smithy, 8th is Dean Wasaki, and 9th, bringing up the rear, is Welshie. Guys, make sure you tune in a couple of minutes time, as we will have race 2 underway. We will get the top 3 in for a chat as well, but for the meantime, go grab a drink, grab something to eat, and we'll be back momentarily. Yes. You just go for a wee anyway. It's fine. Good recovery, Matt.
Stealth Sloth, he's a fucking knobhead.
Why? For not.
I gave him a flash. He gave me the space up the inside, right?
Right.
And I gives him the space on the second part of the chicane, because my arrows tell me he's still there. What I don't realise is, he fucking brakes for that second chicane and came to a standstill. So as I turn, he's stationary on the apex, right? And he gave me a front aero. My times was well off after that. I just couldn't. I was catching him, Plover. That one was because of another yellow Lamborghini and all. Fucking Welshie. Oh my days. So slow through that corner. I taps the back of him, N taps the back of me. Whoa, round we all go. Fucking honestly, that. I'm never doing that again.
What happened between Bryn and Welshie at the start?
Don't know, I was too far back. I didn't see it.
They just got.
I was too busy focusing on Ukbar bouncing off the wall at the top of Radion. that was crazy. Fucking hell.
Dean doing his typical thing.
Did you see Ukbar at Radion?
I saw him in the background.
Oh, he hit the wall, but it bounced off the wall straight into the middle of the road, and me and Emplava were nearly side by side at the top of Radion. We had to split him. I'm then getting a massive wiggle. Emplava's well off the track to avoid me. Oh, I'm never doing that again. Never doing that again. It's going to qualify.
I tried to slow down to let you pass, but I saw you that fast, so I thought, okay, I go.
Honestly. Fucking hell, that was funny as fuck.
Good recovery, Ukbar.
That was such carnage.
Yeah, well done, Ukbar. I saw that on my screen next to me. Well done.
Yeah, thanks. It was quite a hard fight to get back.
Do you know what you've managed to do in that first qualifying, Ukbar?
Have a chance of getting full.
19.1.
Yeah, you've now made the Ginetta have the record in qualifying in both Pro and Pro-Am.
I did today in testing a faster.
fucking that won't get beaten tomorrow night because it's raining.
I know. That's what I'm just sitting here
Bar's
thinking.
record
Ginetta.
will be quicker than Pro. Yes.
It'll stand.
No. Andy's record is still there. Andy's
Yeah,
record
so
in the
it'll
other
be-
Ginetta. He did a 2:18.9.
Yeah, so it'll be
Ah.
Pro and Pro Am,
But-
regardless what happens
Yeah.
tomorrow. Well, because no one's going to beat it in the rain, are they?
But it's still
gonna be,
Ginetta that's the fastest in both
Ginetta.
at Spa.
at Spa. I tell you what, Matt, you couldn't write it.
I wished I'd qualified now. I didn't think of this. I've lost a lap record there. Oh well.
But
That was fun though. That was fun, Em.
The most fastest
Yeah.
car, the fastest car at Spa is a Ginetta.
It's a Ginetta in qualifying. 1 lap pace is a Ginetta in Pro and a Ginetta in Pro Am. Who'd have thought it?
No. That's crazy.
Ginetta is really fast. I did today a 2:18.5.
Jesus.
Wow.
Even I've not been in the 218s.
I don't even know what a 218 is.
I've only done
It's a lap.
best I've done in the Porsche is a
What's for
2:19.0.
Dan, what you missed was that me and Matt, we almost,
Not me.
went up
I don't have
under
control of the
a
cameras.
Eau Rouge side by side.
Oh yes, we
Ah.
did. And
you-
backed out of it. And Plover backed out of it.
Oh, you can't have the points then. That's too late. mate.
He backed out of it.
So if you are
Okay,
in a
yeah.
chat with
Sounds
people at all, they do have a cooldown lap, so you can do
Yeah,
donuts.
I'll let
or,
them know. I'll let the boys know.
You can let Welshie and Self Sloth know if you like as well. But
Wash, what the fuck? Like,
the only rule is don't deliberately crash into one another, Matt.
Yeah,
So
I won't.
don't crash into one another. Just do your
Question.
donuts, roll around together if you want, whatever. But yeah.
Question for you. Walshy and Stealth Sloth, what happened there?
Stealth Sloth was just really slow where Rosberg and Hamilton came together, and she just drove into the back of him, and then Dean kind of finished it off because she was in the middle of the track. So
Did he span round?
yeah, she span round.
Yeah. Stealth Sloth, man, honestly.
Who
Bit of a
we waiting
nightmare.
for?
Bit of a freaking nightmare.
What
We
I
are
found
waiting
that
for-
a lot of people are really slow up the Eau Rouge, so I caught them really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that with you with somebody.
Smokey did me on at the top of going through Eau Rouge down the straight because
Yeah.
the aero damage just was doing me in a straight line.
Did you have
Welshie.
that incident when you hit the bit back of Welshie? Did you just catch you out on the brakes? Did he?
He braked, so I braked,
Yeah.
and then he just didn't put his foot down.
Right.
So he was off the brakes, but he was rolling it round. He just didn't get it through. He didn't have a wiggle or anything, my end. But it just caught me out. Then, like I say, I tapped the back of him. I was under control of it, and then I got a tap off Emplava behind me. Round I went. I thought, oh, fucking hell, you know what I mean? Thought, fuck it, we're in the pits now, sort of thing. And then the Stealth Sloth one, man. Honestly, he's an idiot. He just stops. He just stops. And I think, what are you doing? I got aero damage from that, and that was that ruined then.
Yeah, Matt, when I saw you spun, and I thought, okay, you will go on the middle of the track, so I go on the outside, but
Yeah. No, I couldn't move because we're oncoming traffic. I didn't want to move and hit somebody. But he just caught me out. What else he did there on the brakes? On the fact he didn't put his foot down.
I thought that's what it was.
It was as if he just didn't have the confidence to go.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah, it looked
corner
like
he was
he
like
just-
that.
Yeah, he just looked like he just caught you out a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
you're expecting him not to be there. Or not to
I
still
just
be there.
expected his Lamborghini to just start going, and it just
Yeah.
nothing. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I tell you what, Smithy gave me a squeeze. A couple of times. I thought I will go in the back of him or on the grass, and I will spin
that
it
was when he
down
was fighting
just
Stealth
enough.
Sloth.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then when you passed him, and I tried to do as well.
Yeah, you-
Right.
You tried to overtake him out of the corner with no name just before you come down to poo on, and you went to the outside end, and Smithy kind of followed you across. We thought
Top
you were going
five
to go around the
quality
grass.
dance.
Top 5.
Yeah, but there was a squeeze in the first
Yeah,
corner
yeah.
as well, and that was the definition of cars with.
Yeah.
Audi with another win.
You can't match Fury's record now, can you?
I'm not really bothered. That's why we.
I'm just confirming you can't match it.
No, I can't match it. I can only get 12 wins this season now. I wasn't really bothered about matching it. I wanted to beat it, and that was it.
I genuinely thought Ugbar or Smokey was going to win that race. But
Yeah.
Well, Smithy had the stream on. I think Kelly said Ukbar. And then at the top of Radio on lap 1, Ukbar
I said
taps
you,
off the
Matt.
wall, and I thought, I know. Well, I didn't hear that, but thank you very much, Daniel.
Commentator's curse is real.
right,
Yeah.
you lot ready?
Yes, mate.
I'm
Yeah,
ready.
yeah,
What's the gap between Smokey and Welsh?
yeah. Smokey's got third place.
Well, she can't catch him now.
What's left? 27 points. What's the gap? 281 to 249. No.
No, so he's done.
But Ukbar could
it
beat
is
Welshie
done.
for fourth.
Ukbar, Welshie, and Dean are slum for fourth place.
Right on. Right, you know what to do,
And-
Ugbar.
And what's the gap? Audi Sport, MC Motorsport. That's still on for second place in the constructors.
Oh.
And Dean and Bryn can also get third if they beat MC Motorsport by enough points as well.
Right, okay. Right,
So,
let's do this. I'm meant to be hitting ready up, aren't I?
do you wanna flick the heating on? Oh, thank fucks, my feet are fucking freezing.
Double socks, man. Double socks.
I normally wear thick socks, but they're in the wash apparently.
Laundry malfunction.
Whoa.
I just have a radiator right beside my pedal so I can put my feet up there and it feels warm.
Sorry for summing it.
I put my
Right,
slippers
the other
on while I
half
can't
live.
qualify.
Did you
Be
see
alright
what?
for him in
Did
a,
you put?
be alright
you see
for him in a
what-
month's time when he's in a nice house and we're stood at Donington in the snow.
Did you see what
ain't
Nicky's
snowing
done
in
on
Donny.
Discord?
I did, yeah, I've just seen it, yeah.
Not happy.
Thought that was brilliant. By the way, did you know we had 29 people watching the stream at one point?
31 at one point.
31?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
nice.
not many likes.
Now,
That's alright.
18.
Likes isn't everything. It's all about the views.
Yeah.
Dan, the minute it changes, just start commentating.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport, and we've got the top three with us now, but we're at the final round of the season, round 24 here at Spa, and the championship looks like this. Matt obviously securing the championship in first place, and Emprava in second, so those two are pretty much secure for there. Smoky Devil has managed to hang on to that third place position and will stay there for whatever happens in this race. He needs to obviously finish and score points, but pretty much has third place in the bag. The final fight is between P4, P5, P6 and 7. Welshie, Ukbar, Ben Parkin and Dean Wasaki, all these guys still swapping and changing position, and Ukbar looking very good to try and get that fourth place off of Welshie. There's only 5 points separating those two, and Dean only 14 points behind Ukbar. So he's still in that fight there, as Smithy will finish in 8th place at the minute. Laney in 9th, 10th will be Stelsoft, 11th is Sprint, 12th is DJ Phil, 13th is Nicky, and 14th is Leon Fernie. Your team's championship looks like this. Sweet and Sour Motorsport holding the constructors ages ago, and will look to extend their lead, 724 points to them, but the fight is still on between Audi Sport and MC Motorsport. Can Stelsloth and Welshie stop Emprava from taking second place on his own for the teams? That is the question. Also, Not Fast, Just Furious BMW pairing can still catch MC Motorsport as well if they make any mistakes, as Smoky Racing will finish P5. 6th is Metal M Racing of Ugbar, 7th is Rainbow Pro Laps, 8th is Team Pro Labs, and bringing up the rear is Powerline Racing of DJ Phil. And we do have the top three in with us tonight, and first things first, we will start with the Flying Dutchman himself. Ugbar, you took pole position. It looked like it was going to be a good shot for the Ginetta to take another win, but it just wasn't able to do so. Bad luck at the start of the race, but a good recovery nonetheless.
Yeah, thanks. It was indeed a hard fight. Yeah, I was unlucky at the start when it was Dean who started in front of me, and yeah, I hit him, got some damage then from the long brake damage, so that it slowed down quite a bit. Ginetta is pretty sensitive for it. So, I took a pit stop as soon as I could.
Yeah.
It was hard to get back. I saw when Rosie crashed, so that was an easy overtake. But especially Smoke was hard to overtake.
Yeah.
But in the last lap, I managed to do it. So I'm happy with it.
Firstly, let me apologise because I backed you for the win, and I didn't want to curse your race. But you've had some bad luck this season. Tell us, how do you sum up your season this year, and how are you going to make improvements for next?
At first there were quite some incidents in this season, which cost me a lot of points. So I think without them, I would have collected quite some extra points. So for next season, I'm trying to get that extra.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty much always a little bit slower as Matthew and Lava. Let's see if I can close that gap.
So, hoping for a bit more luck, and because you have had some really terrible luck this season, that's for certain. Sure. Daniel.
Starting at the back of the grid, but looks like the Ginetta is very good here. Now holds the record for the Pro-Am and the Pros, and with the weather that's forecast for tomorrow, the Pros probably won't be able to break the record. So Ginetta is now the fastest car at Spa. What's your plans into the final race here, and are you looking forward to finishing off the season?
I think I'm gonna start easy, get the first corner cleanly through, and then try to get find my way to the front. And I'm going for my goal is a win, so let's see what happens.
I won't back you for that one then.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, good luck for your final race here, and let's see if you can bring it home and get the Ginetta a win this season.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck, mate. And we now move on to your second place man, your champion here in the Pro-Am. Matt, you and Emplava opting to decide not to qualify, start at the back of the pack, and both of you already said that you don't want to do that again.
Not doing that again. Not doing that again. No. Chaos, mate. Chaos. Not doing that again.
How was your first lap?
Whose idea was it?
Yours and Ed's.
Matt, you've had a fantastic season this season. You've been entertaining to watch. There's been highs, there's been lows, but it's been thoroughly entertaining. Tell me what your thoughts are going forward as you move up into Pro. What's your expectations?
Put this guy in the commentary box under some pressure. You know, if he wins tomorrow night, someone's got to do a job of trying to take that championship from him. No, seriously, going into next year, look, I'm just taking it each week at a time. It's going to be fun. I don't know what I'm driving yet. I don't know who I'm driving with yet. But I'm just looking forward to being in the Pro with the quick guys. And you know, as fun as Pro-Am's been, as good a racing as I've had this season with Emplava, you know, there's so many more guys next season that could enter in that battle. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it already.
I think it's going to be the strongest lineup for Pro that Simplay's ever seen, and I wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Daniel.
So obviously the excitement going towards the final round here. You're going up into Pro. You and Emplava have one more chance of going door to door for the final round of the season. Also, the brilliant news that we heard recently this week that Jason Plato has been testing in a Honda. How has that affected you, and has that really made you proud being a Honda driver?
It sickens me to my core that Jason
You
Plato
wait.
is a Honda driver. He's not signed yet, so testing's fine. We'll wait till he's signed on the dotted line with Honda. But no, look,
That's
me and En's got-
payback
me and En's
for
got-
Rob Collard, by the way.
Yeah, you wait till tomorrow night, sunshine. No, look, me and N, we've had a cracking season. You know, long may it continue into next season. We've got one more time tonight to put on a show for these Pro-Am fans, and let's go out there and just give them a good show.
Do I arguably say Matt and Emprava teaming up in the Pro? Question mark.
Interesting
No,
thought.
we'll have to see what happens over there. See what happens over the
We'll
off-season.
see what happens. But nonetheless, Matt, good luck in your final race
Cheers,
here tonight,
boys.
and enjoy the
Cheers,
cool down
buddy.
lap as well.
Thank
we
you very
do
much.
we do move on to your race winner of round 23 here at Spa, and obviously same question to you. You're starting at the back with Matt, and you came through the pack, and you now both wish you never done that.
Yeah, it was fun, but too much stress. You go up the Eau Rouge and see cars flying, and you just hope that you don't get affected. Manage to get through it, and from there on, just do my best laps.
You've again, and you've had a fantastic season. You've been the surprise of season 5 for all of us, and some absolutely cracking racing. And you're a cool customer. You don't seem to get flustered by much. But does the thought of pro does it worry you, or is the challenge bring it on? And what are your kind of expectations for it? Do you feel you'll be fighting for podiums and wins?
No, I don't think so. Be too early. No, in the next season I will be going with the thought that I will be somewhere in the mid pack. Just
Yeah.
trying to make myself so I don't have to qualify for second race. I think that will be a good result for me. And it gives me a little bit of butterflies thinking about all the close fights next season.
Yeah, yeah,
cool-
it is.
The
It
cool,
is tough
calm
there.
Latvian is got butterflies
Yeah.
for pro.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're going to be starting last, mate, for this race once again. And what's the plan? Same as race 1?
Of course, you saw it. I did it once, so why not? Why can't I do it again?
Why
Well,
not, indeed?
Good luck, mate, for your final race, and enjoy the cool down lap as well. And we will see you hopefully towards the podium if we possibly can. But good luck, mate. So that is it, Kelly. That is your as Emprava is actually disconnected.
Oh, he needs to get himself back in rather quick. Did we just lose
I
him
don't
there?
think he-
Um,
I don't
didn't
think he
actually-
will.
Oh, that's going to be a problem. He's going to be out of this race. So he's left our party. I wonder if he's had
Unless he can get straight back in. This is the question.
Yeah.
And if Welshie's going slow enough, he should. I don't know. Welshie's going to cross the line.
Yeah, well, she's across the line. It's going to struggle for him to get back in now. And apparently it's last orders at the bar, according to PN Motorsport, which I'm okay. I've got a beer, so I'm good. So listen, it's Dean Wasocki on pole with a 121.4. Welshie in second place, Stealth in third, Smithy in fourth. They're the qualifiers, and Bryn could have qualified, but
No, he couldn't.
chose not to. Could he not?
No.
I thought it was top 5 could. Beg your pardon. Yes, he was in the top 5, wasn't he? That's correct. So, so those are your top 4 who qualified. Bryn on the random draw comes in 5th. Matt is in 6th, Smokey in 7th, and Ugbai in 8th. And Emplava, I don't know if he's going to make it back into the session for this last race. Dan, last race of the season, man. Last time you and me are going to be commentating together for a little while. How do you feel?
Sadly, Emprava will not be able to make the final race of the season, which is very, very sad. Just a disconnection towards the end. I'm feeling a bit sad that it's coming to an end, Kelly. Pro-Am finally coming to an end. We lost Emprava for the final race, which doesn't help, which probably gives an opportunity for someone else to win. But it's been fun. I really enjoyed this season commentating with you, Dad. That's definitely been a highlight as well. I'm now just wanting this race to go as long as humanly possible, so I don't have to have the thought and dread of tomorrow night.
And the rain and the snow and the
Yes.
pressure. Oh God, I'm glad I'm at the back.
1 point separating me and Andy. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night to see that fight go on.
It's
And
gonna
we
be
do
good.
have rain and snow forecast for
It's
tomorrow.
going to be wet. It's going to be good.
For the
It's
last
gonna be
time,
good.
Kelly, for the last time, prediction on race winner tonight.
Well, I'm leaving Ugbar out of this because I spoiled one race for him, and with Enplava out the way, it's going to be hard to look past Matt. Yeah, I'm going to go Matt for the win.
I am going to... I don't seem to have the curse as bad as you, but I'm going to back Ugbar for this one. I'm not going to say he takes the win, but I'm going to give him a good running go for this one. But we are underway here. Round 24 of Season 5 Pro-Am Simplay Motorsport Championship. It's Dean Wysocki on pole position. The Reds rise. And we are go here at Spa, and Dean has a very good start. He pulls away from Welshie and the Lamborghini, but Smithy's right there with him as they go up into turn 1 as Bryn goes down the inside. Smithy hits the wall as Ugbar is looking to try and make as many moves as he possibly can. He's taking it nice and easy at the back, but it is Dean who leads up towards Eau Rouge and Radion.
Yes, indeed, and a much better start from Dean that time. He didn't manage to drop it on the way in, and they're all pretty clean this time, Dan. It's only taken them 25 rounds or whatever it is to do a clean start, and here they are, bless them, the Pro-Ams on their last outing for Season 5, and it's Dean who leads from Bryn.
I think's dropped it. Bryn has dropped it and dropped to the back of the pack. How many's been contacted in that? There's quite a few cars involved. Is Ugbar got involved? Ugbar's cleared it, luckily, but Bryn has gone round. So there's Dean, Welshie, Smithy, Matt, Stealth Sloth, Smokey, Ugbar and Bryn, and Emperor is cursing at his internet night, screaming and shouting at it. Can Smithy gets his first and final podium of the season as a sweet and sour motorsport driver? Not with Matt going right round the outside, he isn't. As who's that's just dropped it? I think it's Ugbar's dropped it.
Yeah, Ugbar's definitely been wide. It's brought Smokey back into play. Stealth in fifth and Smithy in fourth at the moment. But Welshie is hunting Dean down. Matt is far away from these lead two. As we're still in lap 1. Not even all the way round yet.
We aren't all the way around, and Dean is on his way. Can he get a win? This is the question. Welshie wants to finish the season on a high, as Pian says that sucks N, but it is bad for N. But he could do some extra early testing before the season begins. I believe we have a month's break before Season 6 hits us, so these guys have an opportunity to practice and test before they get back out on track. But Welshie is trying to hunt down Dean Wysocki. Matt is quite a bit away from these guys, near enough 3 seconds off the leaders. But can Matt take another win here this season, or can someone else do it? Ugbar wanting to recover and try and take a win. That Ginetta looks very strong tonight, but it is Dean Wysocki who leads the way here at lap 1. Can he keep his calm? Can he keep his cool and win this race?
That is all questions that will be answered in the next 13 laps as he comes across the line. Lap 1 done, 13 to go, and Welshie 1.5 behind. Matt's gaining and getting closer and closer. He's going to be a contender in this one. They're dropping Smithy a little bit, who's got Smokey and Ugbar and Stealth all in close company. Look at this lot. Let's go bumper cam with this and see how it looks as we go down through Eau Rouge and up to Radion. Enplon has joined the session, but he can't get in now because the race has started.
That is bad news for Enplon. He can just watch the races instead. But this is great. But Ugbar gets a run on Smithy up of Eau Rouge and Radion, but Stealth Sloth wants a bit of the action, and they've hit each other.
They have hit each other.
And
quite
Smithy
right.
are in the wall.
Oh, there's
big damage. Oh, and they've hit each other again.
Oh, they're bumping into each other. Oh, it's like
not good.
Pair of untrained monkeys flicking snot at each other.
Nice.
As we go back, Welshie is hunting down Dean now for the race lead. He's within a second of him, but Matt's coming. Matt's coming. He's dropped the. He's gained 2 seconds, or second and a bit in the last half a lap. Smokey just in the distance. He's not a million miles away. For Smithy and Ugbar, it's gone terribly wrong towards the back.
As well, she is now starting to bring that gap down to Dean, but also Matt is coming a little bit quicker at these two. He's brought the gap down to a second and a half between him and Welshie. So Welshie's slowly creeping on the back of Dean, but Matt's doing a much quicker job of catching Welshie.
Yes, absolutely. And oh look, as we get a nice shot of the fence as we jump on board with Matt, and
We started with 16 drivers this season. We're going to finish with 8. Obviously, Emplava would have been here as well, but sadly with the disconnections. We will hopefully have a much bigger grid next season. And guys, if you do want to end up racing here at Simplay Motorsport, then head over to our Facebook and Discord and sign up for Season 6. It's going to be an exciting season. Nonetheless, I will get the calendar up as well. Drivers already tested, already negotiating with others on who and what they're going to be driving next season. And Kelly, we've got an interesting calendar ahead as well, haven't we?
We have. We've got an interesting calendar, and as I've been saying, Pro is going to be the hardest it's ever been next season. There's so many quality drivers and in this championship, and they really are, Dan. You know, I trundled around the back in Pro, had a couple of good solid results through the season, but nothing stunning. But you go out to the general lobbies and you race out there, and then you see how quick the pro guys are. Do you know what I mean? It is. That's a lovely shot of the trees. Why are we getting shot of the trees now? We went on to
there's a little bit of a glitch. I remember this happened in the last time we raced at Spa. The big incident between Smithy and Ugbar happened at Eau Rouge and Radion, and obviously when you watch that and you catch it at an awkward angle, it then changes the anger of that corner all the time. So every time we come up Radion and Eau Rouge, it will then want to cut to Smithy. So be aware of that, Kelly. But Matimovic has now caught the back of Welshie. This is your fight for the podium. Both Ukbar and Smithy have come into the pits, and I both believe they have significant damage. They've lost wings, they've low lights. They have to pit. And I have got the calendar here ready for Season 6. I really hope there's no action going on, as Dean goes a little bit wide just ahead, but it is Taquito is round 1. Round 2 is Road America. Round 3 will be Imola. Round 4 is Kota. 5 is Zolder. We return to Spa for round 6. 7 is Silverstone Classic. 8 is Hockenheim. 9 is Bruno. 10 is Daytona. 11 is Oschersleben, and we finish the season off at Monza.
What are you looking forward to? What race?
Oschersleben.
Yeah, that's in my top 3 for next year. Sakito's the one for me. It's my choice, and I've always been good there, but I don't know how good against the.
As Matt looks to make a move. Matt looks to make a move on Welshie there. Just does not have the grunt as the Lamborghini does. As Smithy in the chat says, geez, that's a lot of damage, and he might be there for a while. So will Ugbar. So these two are going to go a lap down. As Welshie lifts, so he obviously went wide. That gives Matt an opportunity into the bus stop, and Matt will gain that position on Welshie. So Matt up into second. Can Dean now hold the pressure of Matt and Welshie breathing down his neck? That is the question. Dean having a very good start to this race. Can he hang on and win this one? They now start lap 4.
Yes, indeed, and Matt didn't need a second invite. He gave a flash, and lights flashing. Like touring car drivers, like his great hero Jason Plato, who's also looking like he's going to be a Honda driver, and he's a big fan. He's Matt. Drives a lot like him as well.
Yeah, drives a lot like him. As we look back at Smithy, and Bryn pits on lap 3, so Bryn has got his pit stop done and out of the way. I best tick off Smithy and Ukbar because they did have substantial damage.
Sorry, Dan. Look at this. Welshie's having a crack round the outside here. He's got the run. He's got the power down the straight. Not quite able to make it stick. But Welshie's not done yet.
This is going to be the interesting part. Both of these are now catching up to a lapped Ukbar. Can they manage to negotiate the Ginetta, or will it be able to pull away as Dean is holding on strong between him and Matt? He's trying his best to hold that Acura behind him. Can Dean get his first win or only win of the season? Can people stop Matt winning this championship? Winning this race, sorry.
Well, that's what Dean's certainly trying to do. And Welshie, if he has his own way, he'll stop Matt winning it as well. As you say, they're coming up behind Ugbar. If you're unaware of the rules, you should have been paying attention a bit more throughout the season. But we run with endurance rules, so the lap cars, there is no blue flags. The cars that they're coming up to lap don't have to get out of the way. They can't battle, but they don't have to get out of the way. They can run their own race on their own line. And there's a few changes for next year. With some of the rules, the drop points have gone and the double points have gone for next year, so I believe. And but
we'll be discussing the endurance.
Sorry,
we will be in a discussion about it. And my hiccups are back.
Yeah, I thought it was a done subject, but there we go.
More discussion into it, but it looks like drop score and possibly double points will be up, but double points is a question mark.
Oh, Dean goes deep there. He's going to lose it.
dropped
It's going. It's gone. Oh, hang on. How did I get onto that? Huh? As Matt has a wobble into the chicane as well. Dean drops back to third. He's going to the pits. Probably a smart move, to be fair.
Dean trying to keep the
He's got
car
damage.
under control has actually ended up him into the wall. He's trying so hard to get back on track. He's ended up making a mistake as well. She goes very wide in turn one.
He nearly collected the back of Matt then, and nearly crashed right to the back of him. So, it's... Welshie trying to hang on now, but I think Matt will probably start to pull away a little bit now. Little bit of track limits there, Welshie, and a little bit of grass as well. Don't spoil it. That's the Aconda's, the Hondas. It's the love child of the Acura and the Honda. It's an Anaconda. It sounds like a snake, doesn't it?
Aconda. The Aconda.
Anaconda.
Didn't they make that? Honda Acura.
Yeah. And Welshie's still staying in contact for a minute, but
Smokey obviously managed to redeem himself a little bit. He's up into third place positions, so someone will get another decent podium here tonight. Ugbar will have a lot of work to do to be anywhere near the podium, but anything can still happen here. Lap 5 of 14, and still a long way to go. But guys, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. The main show tomorrow night is Andy versus myself. 1 point separates us here at Spa-Francorchamps. BMW versus McLaren. Shake and Bake versus Shot Motorsport. Oh my god. Can you carry on? These hiccups.
Okay. Tomorrow night, Unorthodox takes on Andy. Andy is the challenger. He wants his first championship here at Simplay. He's worked hard enough for it, and he deserves it, to be fair. But standing in his way is Unorthodox, 2 times champion, and he just needs to retain that 1 point. It only takes the 1 point to win it tomorrow night. It'll all happen here tomorrow night in the rain, in the snow. All these questions to be asked. Will Andy become champion? Will Dan retain and become the first 3 times champion? Will anybody be able to beat the lap record of the Acura, of the Ginetta? I very much doubt it in the wind and rain. Will Gary be back on form? And as we see Welshie into the pits, will Gary be back on form tomorrow night? And will KLF 900 take his first win in front of Lando Norris in a McLaren? I doubt that'll happen either as well, to be fair. But all these questions will be answered tomorrow night. Tune in live on YouTube, right here in the same place tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And all those things will be answered. I can't wait. Problem is, I'll have to probably watch it the day after because I'll be in it. But tune in tomorrow night. Dan, how are you getting on with those hiccups? You need a shock.
Yeah, I do need a shock, and it's really irritating me now. But well done, Kelly, for finishing that off for me. And the other fight is obviously between the Shake and Bake boys of myself and Biggs, also Andy and Disco for the constructors. Still a mathematical chance for the Slingshot boys to win the title, but it's going to take a lot of work from them, and hopefully some bad luck for Shake and Bake to do so. But looks like they could be on their way to a 3rd time constructors. Bloody hiccups are really irritating me now.
Yeah, they are really irritating. They're really even irritating me, to be fair. And of course, if you're as Smokey drops it there, does another little half spin, and of course then we're on a break then for about 4 weeks or so before we come back with season 6 of GT3 here at Simplay. A lot of Simplay boys, including myself and Dan and Matt and Fury and Gary, Sooty, a whole load of the Simplay crew are going to Donington Park for the first race of the season for the British Touring Car Championships at the end of April. If you want to come and join us, you are more than welcome. Come and say hello and have a chat and talk all things motorsport, sim racing, and all other kinds of ridiculous things that we talk about. Come and join us. We'd love to see you.
Quite close, Kelly. Stealth and Welshie are relatively close to MC Motorsport teammates. Can they catch Emplava? Looks like they're going to in the constructors, and it's a little bit unfair as Emplava's not able to defend the constructors, but nonetheless Emprava has done a fantastic job in the constructors.
Matt's in the
I,
pits.
I really need to shut up because these hiccups are really irritating me.
There's probably people who've been saying that all season, to be fair. But yeah, those hiccups really are bad. What's that all about? What have you been doing? I can't give you. I can't give you a cure like sucking a fisherman's friend because that's for sore throats, not for hiccups, really. So you can't use that one this week. Welshie up into third place. Matt in the pits at the moment, and has Welshie already pitted?
He has.
He has. He's going to be close to Matt, but not close enough. Matt pulls out. The pit lane comes out on the other side of the hairpin. Welshie's just coming round the hairpin now and on his way down the hill. So Smokey leads this one at the moment, but he's yet to pit. And Stuff's in the pits.
So where will this drop Smokey in? It should be close to D, I think.
Yeah, around the Dean area, I think, when Welshie takes his pit stop. He can take his pit anywhere between now and the end of the race, up to lap 13, that is, because the Pro-Am boys can do it that way. The Pro boys have different rules where they have a window where the pit opens and closes quarter of the way into the race and 3/4 towards the end. So the pit window is slightly different for the pros, but Smokey's got a chance taking the pit anytime he likes towards the end. A lot of these drivers use what we call the glitch. I hate the term the glitch, but it's a way of making your pit stops quicker by setting your car up in the right way to make quick pit stops. I've done them as quick as less than half a second, but normally in the McLaren it's about 2 seconds with the glitch.
Biggs last week at the Nürburgring told me that he did a 0.6 at Nürburgring.
0.6, yeah.
So that's, if you do it right, it works very well. I got it to work, but it was only a 2-second stop, so more of an F1 stop than anything. But my hiccups are finally gone, Kelly. We're good to go. Smokey Devil leads this race, and I'm gonna come back to you with one other thing this season. Obviously, we're coming to the end of the season. We usually do driver of the day. I will ask for your driver of the day this evening, but I will ask also for your driver of the season. Guys, get your votes in as well for driver of the season. 15 of you currently watching. If you haven't hit that like button, then please do so, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. And Kelly says that this season's coming to an end, but there's still loads of great action going on this season, still going on towards on a weekend wise. We still got the World Endurance Championship. We still also have the F1 Championship as well, which will return. Sadly, we didn't have it last week due to me catching COVID. My throat was really hurting. I was coughing near enough all the time, and with it also clashing with the Jeddah Grand Prix, we thought it was best to kind of postpone till next week. Green Pies will be very happy with that one, so we will be returning to the Hungaroring for the next round of the F1 Championship. Can Green Pies catch Matt Ahimovic? That is the question, as that's now still mathematically up for a chance, as Welshie and Matt come up through Eau Rouge and Radion, and we will cut to Smithy right now. There he is, and then we go to South Sloth.
Sorry, wrong S.
Emprava votes himself for driver of the day and driver of the season. You can't really do that, En. That's not really fair. So,
yeah, that's not fair. Yeah, you're just bored now, aren't you?
Yeah, he is bored. You can tell.
Yeah.
I will make a little note of driver of the day on my notebook and see how many people do get it, and also driver of the season. As we hear a car spinning, who is that?
Yeah, okay. Who is that?
That's Bryn, I think, possibly. No, it's Smithy. Smithy's had a little spin.
Was it the Smithster?
It was the Smithster. So, to the last, a few people currently watching the stream, let me see your votes. Let's get your votes in for driver of the day and driver of the season. And Smokey Devil still leading this race, but he's trying everything he possibly can to try and get himself on the podium.
Smithy's round.
Smithy once again. Will there be two Ferraris this weekend? Your guess is as good as mine, PN Motorsport. Will Leon Fernie turn up for to help you out at Hungaroring? I really don't know.
Hungaroring, yeah. I wonder where you were with this one. Hungaroring, that's always been badged as Monaco without walls. Very technical circuit and very little overtaking.
As PN Motorsport has put his vote in as Matt for driver of the day and Matt driver of the season. So that's a fairly easy one for PN there. So two votes go to Matt, or one vote for those. But we also have the. I'm a bit bored, but have to wait and see what happens in the constructors. Oh, do you know what? Because we'll do that anyway. But yeah, MC Motorsport still could catch Emprava and Audi Sport for the constructors at this rate. Welshie in third. That would give him 10 points, I believe. 10 points. Stelsloff, 10. I think that's 6. Don't quote me though.
Good. Yeah, okay.
I really don't know. It could be very tight. It could be very tight. But I think Emprava might hang on to the constructors. Might.
Right, okay. Well, we will see. All these questions will be answered a bit later on. For sure. Oh, look, keeps jumping to Smithy, you silly game.
I would not recommend going to anyone who's coming towards Eau Rouge and Radion.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting that. When we get to there, it jumps into the trees. Strange.
Smithy is back into the pits. We are only waiting for Smoky Devil to make his pit stop, and he's trying to extend that gap between Welshie and Dean. Can he get a second place? Unlikely. He will jump ahead of Matt. Matt just on better lap pace. 21's currently at the minute, lapping faster than anybody else. So Matt looking very good to take a possible race win. If he doesn't mess up or get disconnected, all those things are possible. Yes, indeed. And have you got your driver of the day and driver of the season, Dan? Have you already worked it out? I've got my driver of the season. Yeah. Driver of the day I'm still debating on. Yeah. Okay. Yourself? Yeah, I've got both. You've got both, okay. Well, we'll get onto ours a little bit later on. If it stays like this, I think we are equal on points. Ooh, we shall see. Emprava, we shall see. I believe Dean took pole position. So race twins then, wasn't it? Yes, it would, I believe, and Emprava would hang on. Audi would win that one. Audi would win that one. So we'll see how that turns out. We will see what the final score is, but Smokey lapping quite consistently in the 23s, extending that gap to Dean, but he's just losing out to Welshie a little bit. That might be 2 trophies I have to send to Latvia. At least it will only be 2, and not 3. It won't be I'll only have to have. I'll save a trophy. That's a good point. Oh no, you won't. It's just the drivers, just the winners of the constructors. So that would be that's Matt and Smithy, which you would meet at Donington. So easier. Yeah, absolutely. But it'll be only one trophy I'll be sending to Latvia. Smokey comes. It's quite expensive to send things to Latvia, you know. Is it? It is, yeah. So, Emprava, if you want to come over to the UK so that Kelly can give you his trophy, just a trophy, yeah. You know, we'll make an evening of it, have a drink or whatever, you know. But yeah, if you just pop over, that'd be great. Come over to Donington Park. We'll show you who Jason Plato is, Matt's favourite driver. And Matt will be hugging him all week, and it'd be embarrassing. But the thing is, I've been told by Jamie that I need to buy a Honda shirt, get Jason Plato to sign it, and also Matt Neal to sign it as well. His 2 heroes. Matt is actually Matt Neal's in discussion with Jason Plato for that seat at BTC Norlin. Yeah, I tell you what though, Dan, I'm going to Goodwood Festival Speed, and maybe with a bit of luck, Max Verstappen would be there. If I could get him to sign it as well, that would be all Matt's heroes on one shirt. Imagine it. You are asking for trouble on that one. As Bryn's now caught onto the back of I mean, what's the worst? What's the worst that's going to happen? He's going to make a whole load of Ginsters. He'll probably put it on eBay. Night. Yeah. He'll probably put it on eBay, a Honda T-shirt that's got Max Verstappen's signature on it. The only downside, it will lose a little bit of price to Matt Neal's signature on it, and possibly Jason Plato's.
Jason Plato's, of course.
But mainly the fact that Max Verstappen, as sprint goes right round the outside of Selstaff in No Name and gains that position up into 5th place. Will probably that will help Emplava out a little bit, as Argent says, after Matt requested to change livery as champion, shame there wasn't a number 11 in Plato's honour. Laughing emojis from Mike. We did look for a lap 11 car, and speaking of lap 11, we are on lap 11, Matt's favourite driver's number.
Yes, absolutely. We are on lap 11, you're quite right. Smokey still leads, although he hasn't stopped yet. So as the game glitches over to... there we go, that's better.
Yes, Smokey up into the
machine.
camel, down the camel straight, and Matt has just been slowly creeping that gap, but not really much that he could do, really, because he has still got this race lead. And Emprava says, if I had the money... more money, then I would be happy to come to the UK and watch the race with you guys. And it is a shame that you can't come over, but it would be nice to have the whole of Simplay together. That means asking Ugbar to come from the Netherlands as well. So it'd be quite an expensive trip for Simplay, wouldn't it? We'd have to meet up at Spa.
It would be. Yeah, it would be for some. That's absolutely right. I don't know if you follow British Touring Car Emplorer, or if you even get coverage of it in Latvia. Because if you do, it's a great championship. Really is some of the best racing in the world, the British Touring Car Championship. But as I say, I don't know if you get it or not in Latvia. If you could tell me, that'd be great.
So, guys,
He's
reminded,
probably got
please.
no idea what any of these touring car references are. That Jason who?
He was actually in the chat with us the other day while we were winding up, Matt, and then it went straight over Emplava's head when he was in there. And just a reminder, guys, get your votes in for driver of the season and day, please. That'd be very nice, so we can finish off the season the right way here at the Pro-Am. These guys do have a cool-down lap, so they will be able to do a little bit of donuts and a little bit of celebratory bit of fun at the end here. But as long as they don't crash into one another, that is be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that's just a complete no-no, isn't it? You don't do that. You don't disrespect your car.
You do not. No. You definitely don't do that, especially not at Bathurst when you've just won the title and your teammate decides to wipe into the side of you. He says, I have to watch some races on YouTube. Definitely give it a watch, mate. Good races to watch for sure. Smokey finally comes into the pits on lap 11. Jason Plato's number, and Matt now takes the lead of the race. Ironic that end of lap 11 and Matt takes the lead.
Yeah. Do you think Jason Plato, just in case you don't follow touring car, you haven't followed in the past,
Very quick
has
stop
had a
from Smokey.
huge. It was beauty. Has had a huge rivalry with Matt Neal over the years. Matt Neal's been in the Honda for many years. Team Dynamics have run Hondas for such a long time, since the Super Touring days were gone, really, and had Hondas for as long as we can remember. Anyway, there's been a huge rivalry. Do you think Plato is actually thinking to himself, oh God, this is a Honda? Or does he not care?
I don't think he cares, to be honest.
No, he probably doesn't. And he had a lot of great success in a Leon, actually, in a Seat Leon, and that was a good touring car.
Yeah, very good touring car. As we now move back to Smithy again, and I think that
what is
Jason
going on in that
Plato,
bunch?
not a lot by the list of things.
It's not Knickerbrook, is it?
No. It's not Knickerbrook where Andy is taking the most poles and Disco's having a party. And
we're all sucky fishermen's friends.
I think, to be honest, last week probably was a highlight for me, just having a little bit of a breakdown after talking about Andy's poles and Disco's parties and fishermen's
we've
friends.
had a laugh. We've had a laugh this season, that's for sure. I'm going to miss commentating with you, Dan. I certainly am.
I'm not sure who's going to be commentating. What's fastest lap so far? I'm not sure what the fastest lap is so far, but I'm pretty sure Matt holds it. Are we able to bring the times up? That should be able to tell us.
No,
Best lap so far, it does. It is Matt with a 2-minute 21.3. So there's your fastest lap. There you go, PM Motorsport. A lot slower than what the F1s do around here.
Yeah, 146 did I say there was a lap record? 146, I think
something
it is.
like that.
Yeah.
I think these guys
Valtteri
are probably matching what they had done at Spa last year, you know, with the red flag situation and the rain and everything. And make sure you tune in tomorrow night, because where F1 had a red flag, us pro boys in the GT3s, we're going to tackle the elements. We're going to give it a go in the rain and snow. So tune in for that. Smokey, after his pit stop, has managed to come out into second place, and Ukbar's Ginetta is trying to twerk by the looks of things.
Trying to twerk. It's waving its backside around like Beyonce.
As we're looking in the bush again.
Yeah, looking in the bush again. Seeing what's going on at Knickerbrook. Oh no, that's
that's.
There we go. Oh, look at that! Look. Oh, the single ladies. Oh, the single ladies. Oh, the single ladies.
Ukbar must have heard the disco's putting on a party towards the end of the season.
Look, another big lump of fiberglass about to go into the scrapyard.
As the Ukbar moves to one side, and I think he's about to allow Matt through. No, Matt's just behind him. So can Matt put a lap on him? And look at it.
Look at it. Look at it. It's dancing.
That's a better
That's
view.
really tickled you, isn't it? That's only holding on by one screw in the middle now.
I think it's on the right side of the car, to be fair. But
Matt's not close enough to see it right now.
Imagine if that rear bumper just flies off and hits Matt on the front of the car, and Smokey could have a chance of winning this race.
Yeah, I don't think it will. Here it seems to be in this game that things wobble around for ages, but they don't seem to fall off.
Plato would do it quicker, to be fair, says Jamie. Especially in Natakora, he'll be lightning in Natakora compared to Matt. But Matt coming through. Oh, it's Ukbar's dropped it!
Oh, that's a big one. Matt avoids it, how you just...
Matt had a
still the
proper
back
brown
end stays
moment.
on.
Somehow stays on. Still twerking away.
Still twerking away. Oh dear. Like the love child of
22
Beyonce
people
and
currently watching, guys. Please, let's get your votes in for driver of the day and driver of the season. There's so many of you. I've only got a couple of votes here, so please get your votes in. And let's hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you want to sign up for season 6, then head over to the Facebook page and also the Discord. The sheets will be live very shortly for season 6. You could be on track here at Pro Am at Simplay Motorsport. We could be talking about your car twerking in the summer season, or we could talk about the Scottish Showdown once again with a couple of new Scots on track. Who knows what season 6 is going to hold us, but I know for sure it's going to be an epic one with the calendar. We have Kelly. It's the last lap of the race here at the Pro-Ams at Spa. It's coming to an end, and Welshie's hunting down Smokey.
He is. He's close to him. He's very close. To flash the lights, and if that's just because we spelled his name or what. But he's only got a lap to do it, and he's got a couple of seconds to make back. So got a lot of work to do. As where is Matt on track? He's coming. He's at the top of the hill and just about to start down to the hairpin. So he's got half a lap to go. Welshie's some 15 seconds behind. 17 seconds behind. Smokey 15 seconds behind as we're into the last lap. And it's going to be another podium without an Englishman. That's happened a lot in Pro-Am this year. And the top 3, not an Englishman in sight either.
Very different story in the Pro, isn't it, though? A lot of Englishmen taking the wins and podiums in the Pro. Can any of these guys stop them in the Pro? With Smokey for Scotland, Emprava for Latvia, and Matt for Wales. Can any of them stop the guys from taking wins away from the Englishmen? As Peaceful Stepdad gets his votes in for Smokey Devil for driver of the day and a Matt for driver of the season. So I will add them in. And Kelly, as we are coming towards the end here, who is your driver of the day and driver of the season?
Well, for me, driver of the day, Smokey Devil. I think he's had a cracking good drive today and did exactly what he had to do to secure the 3rd place. For me, he's the driver of the day. Driver of the season, I'm going to have to say we went into this championship knowing what sort of form Matt had.
Matt is coming to the final corner, by the way, and I think Smithy is waiting for him. So your sweet and sour constructors champions, your drivers champions are coming over the line together. Matt takes the final win here at Spa, and it's Sweet and Sour Motorsport crossing the line together, constructors champions and drivers champions. So congratulations to them. Kelly, sorry, carry on. You were talking about season driver.
I was driver of the day, driver of the season. I think Matt has been outstanding this year, but we expected him to. As you said it at the
No.
He hasn't disconnected right there, has
Oh my god.
he? Has he disconnected there?
No way.
Smoky Devil's disconnected.
Oh
Did he make it
my
across the
god.
line?
No, he didn't.
He's out. Oh.
Oh my god. So Welshie's
that
going to
change
come home in
race six?
second, and Dean will take
Dean
third.
is in third on the podium. And as you can see, Welshie doing some donuts. Here comes Dean, and don't crash into people, Dean, is what we said. But there you go.
As who's still yet to cross the line? I believe it's Stealth, Sloth and Bryn still yet to cross the line. But your Sweet and Sour boys rolling around together. And your driver of the season, Kelly, we still keep trying to finish that off.
We do. And driver of the season is Ren Plava for me. He was an unknown entity. He's been as cool as a cucumber. You know, Matt's part of this community. He's got a lot of people behind him. Not only has Ren Plava had to race hard, he's also got to make friends in this community as well, coming in cold. And I think he's done a cracking job. For me, he is driver of the season. And I look forward, if I stay in pro, I look forward to beating him next year.
Well,
That'd
for me, driver of the day has to go to Smokey, and such a shame that he got disconnected at the end. But Smokey has that second. He is pretty much across the line, says Peaceful. So I think we were going to have to decide that Smokey did get second. So it is Matt who takes the win. Second place will be Smokey. Third will be Welshie. Fourth is Dean Masaki. Fifth is Bryn. Sixth is Stealth Sloth. Seventh is Ugbar. And eighth will be Smithy. Couple more votes in. Driver of the season says Embrava says Smithy. Smoky Devil says no way, disconnected right at the line. I believe we will discuss as an admin that you will most likely hold that second, as you were pretty much across the line.
Yeah.
I think that's only fair.
Well, it'll have to be talked about.
We will discuss it. But who did Smithy? Smithy said Emplava as well. A couple other more votes in. Mike says Swicky a second. Bye bye blah. So if Matt, can you do me a massive favour and get Welshie in the chat? We'll have a quick word with Dean as well, as he's third place as well. But for my vote, driver day was Smokey, and again, me and Kelly kind of knew the level of what Stealth says that Welshie is driver of the day and driver of the season, so I have to note them ones down. But we knew Matt was going to be strong this season. We knew what he was like. He can hold it with the pro boys in practice sessions. So I'm gonna give it to Matt. I wanted to give it to Emplava, but Matt has just done a better job this season. Hopefully Emplava can take it to him next season. Emplava driver of the season, also Smithy driver of the, and also a mention for Smithy from Matt. Smoky Devil takes driver of the day, but I think Smoky Devil takes your driver of the day, and I think Matt takes your driver of the season. Matt tells me the tables are up to date. I know everyone can hear him, but we have got the top three in with us. And Dean, somewhat way to finish the season. You're on the podium. Still in discussion if Smokey keeps the second place due to obviously pretty much across the line. But nonetheless, we thought we'd have a quick chat with you. A much better race here at Spa. You had to start in hand, and then just a couple of little mistakes from yourself, but nonetheless it gives a promising sight for next season. And if you're probably staying with the BMW, you must be feeling good for the next season.
Yeah, it's going to carry on there from this season to next season. Hopefully I can be in that top spot, but I just couldn't believe it when I seen Smokey disconnect. Thought, wow, really?
Yeah, that's crazy. Just as he was coming up to the line, Dan pretty much nicked my question. Really, you've had a stronger showing in this BMW and some cracking one-lap pace in the BMW. It's a definite must for to keeping hold of that BMW. Yes, for next season.
Maybe I'm going to do a bit of testing next week in summer conditions and see how it goes.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, you can translate that one-lap pace into some solid race wins for next season.
Hopefully, thank you very much.
And well done this season, Dean. A much better performance from yourself in the BMW, and it's nice to see you up on the podium this season. So congratulations on your podiums this season.
And one thing, I didn't take no out on that first corner.
That's because you were in the lead at the time.
Buzzing with that.
He said it himself. We then move on to the other Scotsman who wasn't able quite to beat Smokey. As I just have a double check of the standings, and yet Smokey does hang in there. But Welshie, a torrid race one, but that's a better way to finish the season, isn't it? On the podium.
Yeah, second place, yay! No, I'm not joking. No, let's say, I think we just let Smokey have that one. I mean, he got it the last corner, no issues.
Oh, no, sorry, my eyes were deceiving themselves just then, but yeah.
Yeah, like I say, he crossed the line, I don't know what happened there. Not going to take that away from him. So yeah, third place there, a better drive in the second race. First race was just a disaster, if I'm honest with you. Obviously an incident on the lap 1, and then obviously an incident further up the laps, but yeah. Car felt, I don't know if it was on the first race, I loaded the car up for the full race with fuel, it just didn't feel right at all. It was alright in quality, alright in practice, and then race it just wasn't right. Dropped the fuel down in race 2, and it just felt a lot better. So yeah, I was able to just keep going. I know obviously Matt was a lot quicker than me, but to try and hold him off as much as I can, but yeah, he got in front of us and that was it. And just tried to keep that gap for Smokey for the pit, but yeah, he got us and yeah, raced him to the end.
So, I mean, next year or next season, Chris, Lamborghini again, coming back again?
Obviously we love the old faithful Lamborghini, but you know, we don't know if it's time to hang his boots up and see what else we can play with, so we're in discussion right now and we'll practice a few practices and see what we can come up with.
I've heard the Acura is a good car, Chris.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Jason Plato loves it.
Loves it. We look forward to seeing you on the grid again next season, and thoroughly enjoyed commentating on your performances this year. Look forward to seeing you next season.
Yeah, hopefully we can get up there again and bring the battle to the front again. See what we can do.
Well, absolutely. Going into next season, she obviously finishing 4th this season. You will be the hot favourite for the championship. Obviously, you will have some of the drivers from Pro coming down. The likes of Little Leach is looking like he's coming down. Emo Guy, and possibly it could be either Kelly, Argent. A number of people could be coming down into Pro. So, are you ready for that challenge as well?
Always ready, you know. The thing is, we know everybody's got a mistake in them. You can see everybody over in season 5 now, going into season 6, and you can see development. You know, look at Dean; he's done fantastic this season. You know, he's come a long way. But you know, there is some underdogs in there as well. We need to watch out from behind. But yeah, the guys in front, we've seen them in Pro make mistakes, so we know they can make mistakes in Pro-Am as well at the same time. So yeah, we've just got to keep our head focused and go forward with it.
I have some bad news for you. I have some bad news for you though, Welshie. You know, you were trying to get after Audi Sport in the constructors. You missed out by 4 points.
Oh no, and that was because of first race. No way.
So Improbable hangs on to that second place for Audi Sport on his own.
Oh, he deserved it. Yeah, he deserved it. Let's say, as I said last week, you know, it'd be great to get on second place for MC Motorsport, but you know, a bad thing to take away from Plav. He's done on his own. It's a fantastic achievement by him. You know, it was a shame he didn't make race 2 there, but yeah, great to still get up there in those kind of positions. Third, we'll take that. We're happy with it.
Well, congratulations on tonight, mate, and we'll see you next season. Actually, no, we'll see you once again on the World Endurance Championship back here at Spa, ironically. So we'll see you.
For the practice now.
We'll see you back in your Nissan Ligier, so we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. But we do move on to your race winner, your championship winner, and also your constructors champion. I think we should probably get Smithy in here as well, really, to chat to him. But Matt,
I'll sort that.
You finished the season on top. You finished the season as the winner, and you're now looking towards Pro. It's now a new season, a new challenge ahead.
Yeah, new challenge ahead, and it's going to be hard, but I can't wait for it.
Yes, indeed. I do think, as I said before, that Pro's going to be as hard as it's ever been for season 6, and it's going to be, fascinating racing. I think there's going to be lots of people going to be on the podium, lots of different race winners. we know you're hanging up the Acora, and we've made plenty of jokes about it throughout the season, and it's been a constant battle of banter about the Acora, but it's done you well, and you've proved that it can win races and it can win championships. But moving on into bigger and better cars, any choices made yet?
We'll see. I'm not going to give too much away, but we'll see. There's a few in the pipeline.
I've got a strong idea what I think you'll be in, but I'm not going to say anything.
Well, we'll just wait for Smithy to jump into the chat. But this is your final order of the championship. It is Matimovic who is your champion. We'll get to Smithy in a minute. I'll just finish the order as Matimovic is your champion. Second place is Emplava. Third is Smoky Devil. Fourth is Welshie. Fifth is Ukbar. Sixth is Dean Wasoki. Ben Parky managed to hang in there for seventh place after only doing half the season. Eighth is Smithy, not quite able to catch Ben Parky at the end there. Stealth Slough in ninth place. 10th is Laney. 11th is Bryn. 12th is DJ Phil. 13th is Nikki, and 14th is Leon Fernie. And your team constructors championships is Sweet and Sour Motorsport is your constructors champion. Second place is Audi Sport. Third place is MC Motorsport. Fourth is Not Fast Just Furious. Fifth is Smoky Racing. Sixth is Metal and Racing. Seventh is Rainbow Prolapse. 8th is Team Prolapse, and 9th is Powerline Racing. And as the Smithster is in here tonight, and just a quick chat with you, mate. We wanted a word with you just before we ended the season. You're Constructors Champion. You have a champion to your name. Are you going to stick with the Acora for next season? And any rumours of who you're going to be partner up with?
I'm going to put an advert out on the Simplay page if anyone would like to partner a champion, and send forward your notices.
Going to have to give their CVs
yeah, I will not be sticking with the Acora though.
Can I just say this guy, right? What a legend Smithy is. He's an absolute beast of a teammate. What a guy. Anybody's going to be lucky to team with him next season because he's fantastic.
So
yes, it has been a pleasure.
There's a resume for you there.
So Smithy, we started the season. Matt announced that he was teaming up with yourself in the Acora to help you with your racecraft and move you forward as a driver. Has he taught you anything?
Yeah, he's taught me to partner somebody that gets a lot of points.
Excellent, brilliant, and that's worked out a treat for you, hasn't it? Expect you're a champion.
So with that in mind, are you and Welshie looking to partner up next season?
Not after you saw his race one, no.
You can't team these two together. There's too much of a rivalry between these two.
Typical Smithy. Typical Smithy saying it how it is, but nonetheless, mate, I just wanted to say a massive congratulations on the constructors.
And thank you to you and KLF for the comms.
Oh, pleasure.
Thank
Dan,
you,
Kelly. Been a pleasure having you on comms this season.
I'm a fan. All the fans out there.
From all of us here, in the pro-am, you've done a cracking job all season. Yeah, well done.
We've certainly tried to keep it entertaining, haven't we, Dan? With many antidotes.
Yep, definitely so. And like me and Kelly said just before we came to it, it's going to be sad not commentating with Dad next season. But nonetheless, absolutely. It's been a great season.
Breaking Dad for sure.
See you at Donny.
That is it. That is it for the pro-am. That is it for the pro-am season here at season 5. We move on to season 6. Welshie looking the favourite for next season. Can anyone stop him in the Lamborghini, or will Smithy get his act together in a quicker car and stop him as well? But that's something we need to talk about later on in a month's time when sign-ups are complete. Drivers have picked their cars and their teammates. But Matt, I will move over to you because tomorrow night is where it's all about.
It's all about tomorrow night. 1 point separating Dan and Andy in this Drivers' Championship, and a constructors' battle that is nearly done, not quite over the line. And the weather is bringing up an absolute treat. You will not want to miss tomorrow night. Join myself and Jamie in the commentary box live at 8 PM BST. Make sure you like and subscribe tomorrow night and give these guys a like tomorrow because the weather looks horrendous. Dan versus Andy. 3-time champ or brand new champ. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic race 1 and race 2 here at Spa, and you will not want to miss tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in.
But that is it from us at the Pro-Ams. A massive congratulations to Sweet and Sour Motorsport on the Constructors. Congratulations to Matt on the championship for drivers. Kelly, any final words for the final season?
I'm going to miss you, man.
Gonna miss you too.
We only live 2 miles from each other.
Yeah, true. I'll see you on the weekend, right?
I'll see you tomorrow night on the podium, my friend, and where you're lifting the Champions Trophy, and I'm lifting the race win. You know, so
I'll see you in Pro-Am.
Yeah, no doubt, mate. Actually, I tell you what, Smithy, it is a knife edge. If you're bored by the battle at the front, just see if I can make it just to another season of Pro, or if I'm back in Pro-Am. One of those two will happen tomorrow night. That's for sure. I think Matt summed it up. If you've not been following any of the season this year at Simplay, follow tomorrow night because it's going to be a cracker. I've had an absolute ball commentating with my son Daniel. It's been an absolute pleasure. It always has. It's been a pleasure to commentate on everybody who's raced in the Pro-Ams. Winners and losers. There's loads of characters, and you don't have to be at the front to be part of the team and part of the fun. And I've thoroughly enjoyed another season at Simplay.
As have I, and just a reminder to people who are currently watching, if you do want to sign up, then head over to our Facebook and Discord pages. There will be a sign-up sheet available for Season 6 for the Pro-Am GT3s. Can anybody take a win in Urquhart again? That is the question, but it is about tomorrow. End of Season 5 here at Pro-Am, and Matt is your champion. And that is it here, and we will see you all tomorrow night. Make sure you tune in as well on Sunday night, as we will have F1 back on track as well at the Hungaroring. Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to be notified, and from me and Kelly and all the Pro-Am boys, we will see you in a month's time, where we will be back on track at Seguito for the first round of the Pro-Am Championship. So, good night.
Good night. Good night. Thank you. Quick, I need to practice. Someone set a lobby up.
Yeah, get a Sakito one going.